recorded, and today we're jumping through a portal in the sewer to head to the Mushroom Kingdom. It's time to find the Mario Brothers. Let's go!
Okay.
Tell me you knew where that's from.
Yeah, I think so.
Is it from this movie?
No.
Oh, then never mind.
I thought you were
there
talking
is
about
a
Luigi
scene-
getting hooked.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Mario
just
Brothers.
trust it.
And Plumbins our game.
Oh.
Yeah, from
Okay.
the Saturday morning cartoon. You'd be hooked on the brothers.
I actually love that. I watched that show.
Come on.
Sorry.
It is
Yeah.
better than anything that happened in this movie was the Captain Lou Albano Saturday morning Mario and
Yes.
Luigi show. Remember that thing?
Yes.
And
I
that's
do
the
remember
first
that.
thing I thought of when you were like, we're doing the Super Mario Bros. Movie.
Yes.
I was like, oh, maybe it's similar to that.
No. They should have just got
Oh.
Captain Lou Albano and whoever that other guy was
Yeah.
and did a movie with them. Because they would have the Zelda cartoons in the episodes.
Yes.
It was the best.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That show cost $15 an episode to produce, and it was better than this movie.
What? Hold on a second. Are you sure? Because we haven't even started yet.
Welcome to Bad Movies Rule. For those of you who've never listened to the show, we are not film critics. We're here to riff and roast movies that have low ratings, okay? So we're not, think less Roger Ebert and more riff tracks. We're here to have some fun. It's a comedy show. We've got Genevieve back in the house. What's up?
Hi.
Welcome.
She's hilarious.
Man,
Just give me a couple minutes.
breath of fresh air.
Warming up.
That's fine. Dr. Ryan Madela comes in hot and warm.
Let's go!
Welcome in.
We are ready to Mario the Supers and
right.
Super the Bros. That sounded weird.
We are.
Just trust the fungus.
Just because this man is incapable of jumping in any platform game I've ever played with him, doesn't mean you can't talk about movies based off jumping games. I try to get him to play old. For those of you who don't know, on Patreon we occasionally do some game videos, and we try to make Ryan play old NES games, and anything that involves jumping, terrible.
It's horrible. I tried even we tried doing Knockout or whatever that
Punch
game-
Out.
Punch Out.
That was
And holy cow, that doesn't have any jumping in it.
it's like, oh, you don't have to jump. This will be fine.
This will be perfect.
Wrong.
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 It's a timing thing. I'm delayed.
That's what it is. He's
Mentally, I'm a
just
2-year-old.
5% behind.
6 pixels behind.
The mad genius Joe Goratowski is also in the house. Hello, sir.
I am also here.
Fresh out of prison.
Fresh out of prison, yes. Not joking with you guys, but this morning I was 6 hours away in Mansfield, Ohio.
Yeah.
At the Ohio State Reformatory or something
Which was used famously in
Shawshank Redemption.
That's right.
Wow.
Yes.
This boy fires off some pictures to me, and I was like,
Ooh.
holy crap, I know where all of that stuff is.
Yes.
It's, I want to go. So
I'll even say I love the video I sent you.
Yes.
Because I was sitting in Red's chair
for the parole hearing.
for the parole
Whoa.
hearing. So that the table and the chairs are still there. So I sat in Red's chair in that room and I loosely recited, his famous lines.
The rehabilitated.
Rehabilitated.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was great.
Maybe
I'd love to see
maybe
that.
I'll share that on
Yeah, we'll
on Patreon.
Yeah, we'll put it up there.
Hell,
Yeah.
see?
Let's go. Be good stuff. So, but I also want to point out before we move on that Jenna, Madela, Joe, me, also the same crew that did The Wizard, the last Nintendo
Yes.
themed game
Yes.
that we did, right?
Yes.
Love it.
A video or movie I would much rather talk about.
So
man.
we got to
Let's
get
just do that again.
the Nintendo gang back together because Mario 3 was a big part of that movie,
Huge.
right? It was
Huge.
the whole climax of the film.
A new game that no one's ever played?
Yep.
Right. I know this.
I climaxed in that movie. I did not in this movie.
No.
I mean, we hit the climax.
Whoa.
There was a reach of.
Don't talk about reaching. All right.
You said it.
Here's what we're going to do before we get into the
Put
scene
your
by
power
scene.
glove away.
We're going to, and make sure it's disinfected. We're going to talk about the vitals. Here's how this movie came to be on Bad Movies Rule. This film was directed by Annabelle Jankel and Rocky Morton. It was a husband and wife directing team. Mm-hmm. And
Max Headroom, wasn't it?
boy, oh boy, did they hate these directors, the cast and crew.
Yes.
Hated their guts.
Hated them.
Yeah.
Supposedly they were extremely egotistical.
Yep.
And they would argue amongst themselves, but yet they would change things
Without telling the other.
without telling the other during the actual process
Yeah.
of filming. Yeah.
What a freaking nightmare it would have been to work on this movie. From all the crew were wearing shirts with like negative phrases about the directors on set.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Those guys are union. They're not going to get fired by the directors. It's just, one of those things.
Exactly. But if I'm not mistaken, I think they actually did turn around and they cleared after years of, or had the opportunity to direct a few more things.
Yes.
Getting themselves back together, and I think they actually.
But as a snapshot in time, this was not a good moment for them.
Yeah, I think they're much better now, more renowned now. But at the time, they were just absolutely horrible.
Movie was written by Parker Bennett, Terry Runt, and Ed Solomon. I think that's the same Ed Solomon that wrote Bill and Ted.
I think so.
So he was part of this as well. Movie starred Bob Hoskins just a few years after Who Framed Roger Rabbit and being Smee and Hook 2 years before this.
Yes.
And John Leguizamo was in this as Luigi, and Dennis Hopper, along with the third appearance of Samantha Mathis on Bad Movies Rule.
Yes.
Who was famously Christian Slater's love interest in Broken Arrow. We did that one a long time ago.
Which character?
She was Daisy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Had the chick from Harry Potter too, right? The
Was that
mom.
who that was?
Yeah. Or the
Lena?
his aunt or whatever.
Oh yeah, she was in that.
Was that the redhead?
Yeah.
That was
she was
Harry Potter.
fired up in this movie, dude.
She was gassed
Yeah.
for sure. She was on something. I
yeah.
I
The
want
fungus.
send a picture to Bob and goes, "Does this look familiar to you? Is this pre-workout? What is this?" She's going, "Look at her eyes.
She's been snorting some fungus.
Zoom in and enhance. I got to see what this is."
Enhance.
Budget for this movie, and this kind of pissed me off because we just did Mortal Kombat, a much cooler video game adaptation that only had a $20 million budget, and these people were given $50 million to make Super Mario Brothers.
What the hell did they spend it on?
The cars crashing into each other.
Bumper cars and
Bumper
sparklers
cars.
coming out of the hood.
Honestly, I think it was a matter of this is one of those movies that just got ruined before it started. There were so many rewrites, so many changes, because obviously every time you have somebody rewrite something, you got to pay them. There's so much expenses that went out before they even started shooting.
The cast
It just chewed the budget.
The cast thought they're making a kids movie. The directors wanted to make something for adults.
Yep, some like dark,
And it shows.
And every single time, and we've covered a few movies, like not in a while, but back in a couple of years ago, we covered a few movies where that was the case, where 3 different groups were trying to make 3 different type of movies, and it ended up just being a freaking mess.
Yeah.
Because then you hit none of the targets when you do that.
Killed by committee.
Right? Yeah, 100%.
I was watching this with my kids, and there was a couple scenes where I was like, I'm gonna have to turn this out. Like, I don't know where we're going right now. Like, this is starting to feel a little racy or something. Like, I'm not sure. And it was fine, but you're just like, what kind of movie are we making, guys?
Yeah.
So where Mortal Kombat raked in $120 million off a $20 million budget, this thing, after $50 million, they only pulled in $40 million.
Real nice, Clark.
Big time.
Real nice.
Bomb for them. Sits at a 4.2 on IMDb.
It's a little high.
That's real low. I mean, it's high for this movie, low for the ones that we've covered for sure, towards the bottom end. Right now, I love how close the critics and audience is. 29% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes, 30% for audience, but 1% difference.
It seems about right.
Yeah.
Everybody shaking hands. It's
in the middle.
Arnold and Carl Weathers class. This is fans.
Just got it.
Super Mario Brothers sucked.
What's the meta?
They found a common enemy.
Yeah, for sure. They
The
both
critic
agree.
looked at the audience and went, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
All right, we'll give you
Audience
this
is like having the critics struggle and like, what's the meta? Pushing too many pencils.
That's right. Look at my elbow, my jacket. What's it doing?
Terry.
Oh, if
Or
Bob
what-
was
or
here,
not Terry.
If
It's,
Bob was here, he would have. That's all right.
I know
Sorry.
the line. I just didn't.
I did not know
brain's
where
not
you were
working.
going with that one.
It's an Arnold thing. That's
Wearing.
It's a deep
Wearing
cut.
thin, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. Who does the doctor treat? Patience.
Patience.
Look at the elbow of my jacket. What's it doing?
Wearing thin.
Exactly. That's a stretch.
Make a note of that.
Hold on.
Yeah, write that down.
Look, if you want to engage more with the show, I don't know why you would, but if
After
you do,
that bomb of a joke,
Yeah.
if you want to hear us crash and burn even harder, you can interact with us in any number of ways. You can email the show at thisshowIstrash@gmail.com, or you can call us 262-757-8567. Leave us a voicemail. We'll get to those on one of our mailbag segments as well. If you want to hear the uncut version of our episodes, those are available on our Patreon, patreon.com/badmoviesrule, along with a slew of other things on there.
I love the uncircumcised versions.
Yeah. Right.
I'm just saying.
Yes.
They're longer,
Yeah.
they're more spicy, but you're more prone to infection.
More sensitivity.
Yeah.
It's better. Yeah, it's better for you. Maybe not.
Yeah, better for us.
Speaking of uncircumcised,
Yes.
if you also
segue.
want to contact us another way,
Yeah.
you can send us letters
Oh, yes.
in the mail.
Yes.
Right, or something for the wall. We got lots of empty wall
Yes,
space in here. So.
not that photo up there, but the two on each side.
That's right.
Were sent in by fans.
That's
Yes.
right. So it's
Fantastic.
Bad Movies Rule, P.O. Box 383, Burlington, Wisconsin 53110. All right, guys. Well, we'll be back in a second right after we pay some bills. Woo. In a world where dinosaurs no longer exist, one plumber and his dumbass brother are here to save the day. All right. The movie starts with a voiceover of dinosaurs with gangster voices.
Yes.
Okay, stop me as soon as I get something wrong here.
If
You're
you
on
did-
track.
If you did, I don't care. It's canon now.
That's right. Hey, remember a billion years ago when a meteorite came down and we was all busy being dinosaurs?
And dock workers.
That's right, yeah. You gotta unload this shipment.
Hey.
And at the same time, I gotta fight this triceratops over here, okay?
Now
After
that's
this-
union.
After this, we're going to get some gabagoo.
That's right. I'm tired of these frickin' Italian dinosaurs over here with their greasy scales trying to take our jobs. Okay?
It's the Irish.
It's what it is. Oh, wait, no, we're Italian. What the hell am I
Oh,
talking about?
hey,
Get
I'm sorry for
those
that, okay?
potato-eating Irish dinosaurs out of here. Frickin' ridiculous.
Pterodactyls with a P. Who's ever heard of that?
Yeah.
I'll give you some
They didn't
P.
even know how to spell their own names.
That's right.
It's English. It starts with a T.
Some media came down. Can you believe this crap, Donnie? Listen to me. Remember this a billion years ago?
Yeah, I
Some
remember.
media came down and everybody thought the dinosaurs
Yeah.
got killed, right?
Everybody.
No, what it did was it split into an alternate dimension.
How
you
many
see?
dimensions?
Just one for
Okay.
dinosaurs
Hey,
specifically.
that's enough. That's
That
enough.
seems really specific,
one.
honestly. Where's the bird dimension?
I don't know.
We're doing
I
better
don't
than
know.
a movie. Just let us
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, so the thing is, supposedly the meteor crashed and it made an alternate dimension and put the dinosaurs in that one, but some dinosaurs died because we still have dino bones
Yeah.
on Earth.
Yeah.
Okay, so whatever. I'm just laying out the plot of the movie.
We're trying.
You know, like in Super Mario Brothers.
That's how it works.
Great plot. Get from to left side of the screen to the right side of the screen. That's the
right.
plot of Super Mario
Well,
Brothers.
Super Mario Brothers had a plot. I mean, there was
Yeah.
the Mushroom
Go
Kingdom.
right.
No, well, that's
Go to the right side of the screen.
that's the conflict of it. So go right. The plot is the Mushroom Kingdom's being attacked by Bowser.
Yes, the
and
turtles,
he wants to marry
Is it Bowser?
Princess Peach.
Princess Peach.
Is
Not
it
in
Bowser?
this movie.
I'm talking about the
Oh,
video
okay.
game.
In the video game.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
A simple
Yeah.
plot, but there is a plot.
Yeah.
Here's something that was really troubling to my 7-year-old son.
Yeah.
We were talking about it because we started last night and then we were watching it today. When we were coming upstairs to go watch it today, he was like, I thought there was going to be green pipes and that Mario and Luigi were going to like be Mario and Luigi after they started the movie.
Because you would think.
And I was like,
Right.
yeah.
Why would he think that? That's dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very strange.
Okay.
What an idiot.
I don't want to make
Little kids, am I
insults
right?
about your children, but he's an idiot. Okay.
This is for adults. Clearly. That's why the movie is the way it is.
It's called artistic freedom.
You mean kids?
Right?
You mean kids back then went to the theater or turned this on and expected to see something they saw in their game at home? What a bunch of dumbass.
Can I share a story?
Right.
I had when I was a child, I had one of these very moments where I thought something was going to be so awesome, and then it was absolute pile of garbage. Great America over in Gurney, they had a a live play of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh.
And I begged my mother to go because I was a huge Teenage Mutant Turtles fan.
Yes.
And so she scrounged up enough money to get me into the doors of and to go to see this live show. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, oh man, I can't wait to see what they do with Kang.
Yeah.
You know, and all these cool Shredder, it's gonna start. And it was a musical number.
Oh,
and it was just like this Disney-esque lolly, hey, you guys, here we go. Oh, it was just like I never felt so betrayed and insulted and disappointed in my life.
It was like for
That's so
4-year-olds.
Oh, it absolutely was.
Lame.
That's rough.
Wow.
Dude, and as a 30-year-old, that's hard to take. You know what I'm saying? Like, how old were you? 30?
This was like last week.
Had to ask his mom to scrounge up money for him to go.
25.
All right. Meteor creates an alternate dimension for the dinosaurs. We see the sewer princess drops off an egg at a nunnery.
A nunnery.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
It's a
They
building
make
full
nuns
of
there.
nuns.
And the nuns are just like, oh,
This is a gift from
open-
God.
let's open
This
this
is a gift.
egg. And when a baby's from it, babies don't come in eggs. I know you're a nun, but I know you know.
They don't know how sex works. They don't understand.
They're
Oh,
nuns.
that's
They
how.
don't
Well,
know.
first the case had to open, then they had to see it was an egg. Then a baby came out, and they're like, you know what?
Everything-
This is okay.
They did react like this is the third time this week this has happened.
Another
People
one.
keep leaving eggs at our front doorstep, guys. We have to do something.
This one, we're actually going to let it hatch.
Yeah.
We ate the last
Oh.
5. And I am full.
Right. Sister Mary Catherine got the forks and knives. I'm like, what? Hold on.
Let's just wait.
Let's just
Give it
wait
a
this
minute.
time. Then she felt real bad about the last two. Right? She was like,
You just see babies on rotisseries in the background.
Oh.
oh my God.
They're egg babies. They're not real babies.
Baby
don't
eating nuns.
count.
That's not hilarious.
No, yeah.
No, yeah, so funny. Haha.
The baby had fungi on it, and it looked like saran wrap.
This is to keep the baby fresh inside the egg.
Yes, of course.
It literally looks like they just took a thing of saran wrap, balled it up, and just threw it on the baby.
That's what it
I
looked
think-
like.
Poor baby.
Yeah, I think what happened is they looked at the saran wrap and there was a little date stamp on it and it was expired. So we can't eat this one.
Oh, yeah,
This
yeah.
is, we gotta let this one
Oh,
grow
okay.
up. We cut over to Mario and Luigi in their apartment, and they've got their van. Mario Bros plumbing. Here's what I don't get. They're broke. They don't have any customers, but Mario's been doing this forever. It seems like he's a journeyman.
Yeah.
Plumber.
Yeah.
And Luigi doesn't have a mustache?
And he's
What the hell?
Yeah.
And
what
the age gap was kind of.
Hold on.
the age gap.
What? What are you talking about?
Mario was the correct shape, and he had a mustache.
Yes.
Yes.
Luigi.
And then there's Luigi.
And then there was
And
John
he's
Leguizamo.
Yeah.
kind of thin, sort of.
I guess.
That's it.
But he
Womanizer.
doesn't kick his feet when he jumps,
Yeah.
He needed a mustache to start.
for sure. Like a big, giant.
Just a fake
obnoxious
one. I would have been so happy with a fake mustache.
Also, I've always pictured Luigi as more quirky than Mario, and he was not
Not
at all.
We needed a big mustache and John Leguizamo going like the whole time. That's what we needed.
Hey.
Okay. They do get a call on a job, and Luigi, uses the force to drive there. But the Scapelli brothers beat them
Yes.
to the job.
Oh,
Because
man.
that's how plumbing
Scapelli.
works. You
Yeah.
you
Customer
race.
calls. Yep. It's like ambulance chasers, but for
A
plumbing
customer
calls.
calls multiple plumbing businesses, and whoever can get here first gets the job.
That's
okay.
right.
My
if it's not fixed in 30 minutes, I get a free pizza.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like that for Domino's.
So I'm saying,
Not here.
so the Scapellis, they're plumbers, but they're also mobsters.
Construction
And they wear
workers.
suits. Yeah.
They're like, when they shake down businesses, it's like, look, you got to pay us or we'll break your pipes instead of your legs. Is that what it is?
We're gonna clog your pee traps.
That's right. If you want our protection, you got to pay us.
Yeah.
Otherwise, these toilets just ain't gonna flush anymore.
It's not going to unclog itself.
That's right.
You think you're gonna need some CLR? No. We ain't gonna unclog nothing.
It'd be a terrible shame if you suddenly had to take cold showers every day. You think about that.
Okay.
Honestly, that's a valid threat, though. That's me.
No, I'm
Very effective.
Yeah.
like, yes, I'd pay. The mob also rolls up on this dinosaur dig that's happening in the middle of a construction zone.
Perfect.
To tell Daisy, who is the same actress that played the sewer princess in the beginning.
Was
which is
it?
why
Really?
I was freaking confused.
Actually?
Yes, it was the same lady.
Well, it's supposed to be, yeah, I guess.
Dropped the egg off. It's supposed to be her mother, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
If
So it's just clones?
That woman that egg out.
I didn't even think about that.
Humongous.
Did not even think about that.
till now.
That's why she was
I
running
didn't
like
think about
this.
that till now.
Yeah, I didn't
She was
even.
whistling while she's running.
Oh my God.
No, because she must have.
You hear the
because
echo.
If that's the mom,
That's what I'm saying.
and her dad's like a king, like she had to, right?
Had to.
Yeah.
She's either a bow-legged pirate with rickets, or
You would only be able to clap cheeks once.
terrible.
Oh,
They're like, no more digging. You've got till tomorrow to stop. What are you digging for dinosaur bones? Get out of here. You just, man, oh man, that'd be hard. You have to tie her legs in a knot behind her head. What? It's the only way it works. Take a lap. Oh my gosh.
and even if that wasn't her mother, her father had relations with the dinosaur. So either
yeah,
way, it's
either
bad.
way.
Is that what's going on here?
Right.
Yeah.
Dad brought home the egg to his wife. He's like, I'm so sorry.
But we gotta raise this kid.
We gotta raise this. I'm not raising this bastard egg. Did you screw that Stegosaurus that lives next door? You son of a bitch.
They were surprised when Daisy came out without spikes.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Oh my gosh.
That's what happened. Mom's the one that cheated, and when she crapped out an egg, Dad was like, "What the? What is this? Did you let?
This looks like the milkman.
Did that Dilophosaurus that you've been palling around with? You said he was just a friend.
Said he was just your Pilates instructor. We're just gonna get you to stretch real deep here.
Gotta get you ready for laying eggs.
That's right. Speaking of morons, Spike and Iggy are sitting in a car.
My
I thought they were gonna park a car.
Right, it was Richard Edson,
Yeah.
the garage guy from Ferris Bueller.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Professional what? That guy,
You got nothing to worry about.
the Ferrari, and
Relax.
Fisher Stevens, who was the plague.
from hackers to this?
Yeah.
To this? This is what
See,
Well, it would have been from this to hackers. But
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
But still.
But that wasn't that far apart. It was like 2 years,
2 years
right?
apart, yeah.
So you go from this to like the plague? Like
Yeah.
what are you
Did you recognize him immediately?
Yes. I was like, how? How are you here? No.
Is he the same guy who did Batteries Not Included?
I haven't seen that movie in forever, but yes, I think Fisher Stevens is in. Well, he was in Short Circuit. It's the Indian guy from Short Circuit.
Short Circuit, not
Yes.
Batteries Not Included.
Yes.
I've got my
That's the
stupid
Indian
90s
guy
movies.
from
Yep. That's what I thought. Okay.
Oh man,
No, hackers.
they're trying to find the. They come in, hands them. They said it's dog. You know, they seriously. They hand this over, and it's just like,
Lois, you can't keep giving him hot dogs.
Yeah.
all right.
Too many of them.
They throw the buns out and then just eat the hot
They
dogs,
think
right?
it's dog. They're there looking for the girl. They've been tasked to find Daisy. Okay, they spot a girl.
That's her. She's got 2 legs, 2 arms, and a head.
Yeah.
It's obviously
Right,
her.
because what are they going off of? Oh, wait, literally
They don't
nothing.
have a photograph
Nope.
or anything,
No.
right?
Nope.
They're basically just Brooklyn.
All right, so they tail her until they walk into a glass panel and they give up.
Immediately, they're like,
Well-
she's gone.
Fast forwarding.
Yeah.
The fact that they don't know what she looked like was the reason why there was like 12
They keep kidnapping girls.
Brooklyn
Yeah.
girls.
No,
We'll try
literally.
again.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And like call the police, not because he's stalking you, but because of that haircut. Good God.
Well,
Fisher Stevens has a worse haircut than Matt Lillard did in Hackers.
Okay,
does.
but
Okay.
both of their haircuts are bad, not just one of
But
them.
his was so
Yeah,
much
his
worse.
was pretty
And I
bad.
gave Matt Lillard such a hard time in Hackers. This is awful.
Dennis Hopper.
Okay, but yeah, they were trying to make it look like
there was some
you know,
real bad stuff
yes,
going on.
there was. He wins the award for crappiest haircut.
I
though,
felt unsafe.
for sure.
Yeah.
I like the
felt
way his hair
unfresh.
moved when he was running, like in the wind, just like like a broom or something. Like a
That's exactly what it is. It's like a push.
like a
broom.
mop.
Yeah.
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 Daisy needs a payphone, and Luigi is there. The van's having troubles, and Luigi's in full Dreamweaver mode.
Creepiest.
Dreamweaver.
Yeah, I believe I can get you through the night. When he sees her, gives her a quarter.
Creepiest looking quarter give I've ever seen.
Oh yeah,
I'm not taking his quarter.
Like, I licked this.
He's just like,
This is rough, dude.
Don't ask me where I saved this.
right.
yeah. I
He
don't
also
have any
makes
pockets.
it because the man has Riz. Literally, I turned to Jen. I was like, he makes sure he tells her that he's heard of daisies before, like the flower.
Oh, of
And I was like, that's Riz.
Well, I don't know that name, but I mean, well, of course I know the name. The
Yeah.
flowers.
the flowers and stuff, right?
I don't just go
Dude,
looking at
just
daisies
stop.
though.
No. Sometimes I push them, but not like actually pushing up Jason because that means something else.
But it worked because he asked her out to dinner that night at 6:00, and she's like, "Yeah, no
Well-
problem. The mob's breathing down my neck, and they said I only have till tonight to finish the dig. But sure,
I got
I can
time.
go
Yeah,
on
I
a
got-
date."
Well, he first offered her a ride in his broken van. Like that's gonna.
Do you want to ride? It's broken, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Eventually we'll fix it with a bottle of water.
a $3 bottle of water?
And Mario was
Yeah.
like coaching him on what to say and stuff to her, right?
Yeah.
It was weird.
I watched this with my little one, and he's sitting because we have a big L couch, so he's on one side of the L, I'm on the other side. I cannot tell you how many times we're just watching it, and just both of us will slowly pan to each other and be like,
Same thing with Jenna.
Literally.
"Okay,
It's just-
I have no idea what's going on. Do you have any?" Right,
Seriously?
Jane's just like, "Is this part of the video game?" I'm like, I don't know.
Yes, it
I'm
is.
like,
No,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, I swear, literally scene by scene. Like at the beginning,
Yeah.
I was like, "This is not that bad." It got
Yeah.
more ridiculous to the point where it was like at the end of the movie, I was like, just in shock over
Yeah.
it completely.
Yeah.
over
100%.
it.
That World 2 level 2. So 2
Yes,
is where you
2-2.
try to get Daisy's phone number for a date.
but only if you get the quarter in the special
In the special
Yeah.
question
slot.
mark box.
Yeah,
It's hidden.
In the, hidden,
alley
in the
quarter.
hidden slot.
yeah.
Yes.
It's the curb quarter.
Her mom knows about that.
The Italian restaurant, of course, that they go to. And Mario's there with his famous, well-known girlfriend.
Yes.
Daniela.
Of course. You know her.
Right? Yeah, the one girl, Daniela.
Oh, right. Okay.
Mario's princess.
Yeah, when Mario starts, he's walking out of Danielle's apartment.
Right.
In the actual video
In the
game.
actual video game.
Yeah. He's like,
He's just like, get off of my back.
She's trying to get to work. Got to jump over all these assholes just to get to work.
Yeah, I'll pick up your cream puffs on the way home.
Is this the whole episode's gonna be you guys doing it?
It's him
yes.
I can't
Yes.
do one.
having such bad heartburn from her crappy Italian food. He's shooting fireballs out of his mouth as he goes home.
Hey, give me some
Yeah, you can do an
Pepto-Bismol.
Italian. Just go, hey, start like that.
Somebody-
Hey,
There you go.
hey, there you go.
Hey.
You got it.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
This is the best way to get yourself to an Italian accent is gabagoo.
Gabagoo.
Hey,
Gabagoo.
I'm looking for some
Gabagoo.
gabagoo.
Pasta fagioli.
Hey. And just say, hey, and like hold your fingers up in the upward position.
It's like
all
you're
the
milking
time.
a cow.
Yeah, it's like you're milking
Is this offensive?
Thank God.
teats on a squirrel.
Thank God Nicole's not here. Nicole speaks Italian.
Get the
She's
gabagoo.
horrified by all of this.
This is Italian, what we're speaking right now.
Bibba baba poopa.
So Luigi asked about her necklace. She's wearing the rock that came with the egg.
Yeah.
That's how we knew that she's the grown-up baby.
My 3-year-old actually found a rock like that the other day.
Yeah.
And when he asked to wear it, I said no. So
Well, he wasn't born with it
she was an orphan.
on his egg.
So
Oh, okay.
Right.
her parents weren't there to say, no, you can't wear a stupid
Got it.
rocker on your neck.
And
Idiot.
well, when I was found by the nuns, this is what you were found.
Hold on a
You
second.
ain't got no mother. Or
You're
nothing?
telling me that you don't got no family?
Luigi.
I ain't got no family neither.
Mario's been my mother and my father.
He breastfed me till I was 4.
Beat me to it.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
And then they looked longingly into each other's eyes about how they both don't have parents.
That was the thing. That was
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
sealed the
Yeah.
deal for the romance.
Nobody wanted neither of us.
Very hot,
I wonder why.
chemistry-filled romance of this film.
Do you think Daisy had a belly button if she came from an egg?
No, she couldn't have.
That's why they had the saran wrap on her belly to hide it.
have. Right. Oh gosh, you're right. She didn't.
Yeah.
Weird. they leave. Iggy and Spike see them leaving, but thinks that it's the girl with her chest falling out of her dress, and
Yo.
Because
Daniela.
she's in the disguise,
Hey.
obviously.
She wasn't the only one in this movie like that.
No.
It's like a dead heat in the Zeppelin race.
That's right. They kidnap her as soon as Mario leaves.
It's gonna be an explosive end.
It's ridiculous.
The ones with the sweater puppies.
Iggy and Spike Koopa.
When I realized that these were supposed to be Koopas,
Koopa
was
kids, because Iggy and
so
Spike were Koopa kids, right?
mad.
Yeah.
And you could not tell in the slightest. Like, I didn't even realize.
I was like, oh, Danielle, all you got to do is jump on one and then land on their shell and hit it into the other one, and then you're out of here.
Yep.
Right?
Nope.
But you can't do that when they're just Guidos in freaking leather jackets. No offense. I'm pretty sure Fisher
To me?
Stevens is not Italian.
Oh, no offense to me.
Okay. Daisy and Luigi walk home. And she's like, do you want to see my hole? That I'm digging.
And he's like,
freaking
that I'm
construction.
digging.
Yes.
That's the first girl that's ever asked me that. I mean, I've thought about, I've read books
Yeah.
about this,
I mean-
but I've seen some movies.
Mario drew me some pictures one time.
He gets there and he goes, oh.
That kind of hole.
Starts buttoning his pants back up.
Oh.
Puts a
No.
strap back on his
Ew.
overalls.
Nice bones. Nice bones.
Oh, when
I
you
don't
said
ever
you want
wanna
to see
think
my
about
hole and the bone in it, I mean, that was.
We're way off.
I do not want to think about Luigi taking his overalls off, okay?
Oh.
Was he wearing overalls?
Okay,
No,
wait a minute.
all I think is the cartoon character
Oh, okay.
or the video game character.
yeah.
I don't want to think of him.
Gabagoo!
Oh, because he's always the one that's scared all the time, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wobbling. Oh.
Maybe that's his special move.
All right, he's like, nice bones, you're hot. The gangster plumbers.
It's got some good bones here, you know?
This is going to be a 3-hour episode.
Oh,
The gangster plumbers break the pipes that are next to the dinosaur bones and run out.
I love they
They were just
running right past the altar, heading down the ramp and out the door.
like, well, if you hadn't been out on a date, you would have been here when these guys showed up,
Exactly.
Doing your job.
right?
So, Luigi is an apprentice plumber.
Yeah.
His solution is to look at these pipes that are messed up
Right.
and run all the way back,
Right.
Yeah.
In New York traffic,
all the way back to get Mario.
go get Mario. And by the time they get there, the water is about the same.
Yeah. No, it's just trickling.
It's just about the
It's
same.
a
as where it was.
geyser of water,
Right.
and it hasn't done anything.
No. It's just
Those bones would have been ruined.
Not to mention that that's not how you fix that kind of leak.
well, you mean put your hand over the wrench so you can't see that you're actually
you can't
not.
see what you're doing.
he
You're
is
like, I'm
Mario. Okay, he's been a plumber for
Yeah.
Yeah.
a long time.
Mario,
He's
the Italian
Mario.
plumber.
Mario.
The Italian plumber by way of London, England.
Right.
Yes.
And he's so good, and you can
It's
tell
an
because
accent.
he's broke.
And his Colombian Italian brother,
yeah.
John Leguizamo.
Oh man.
Mario, I let that go. I was like, he could fix pipes.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. He doesn't jump in them and use them to travel anywhere like you think he would, but he can fix them for sure. They go. Iggy and Spike show up, knock out the Mario brothers, and kidnap Daisy while they're fixing the pipes.
Yes.
Okay. They come to pretty fast and they chase Iggy and Spike and Daisy through the cavern until they get to this like crevasse that they can't jump across.
Whatever. Goonies. All just
Right.
episode of Goonies right now.
And Daisy's face comes through the rock wall. Luigi!
I'm
know what
surprised
it
you
looked
didn't
like when I was an
lose
egg.
feelings for that, because
Right?
I don't know.
Did you guys catch the
You're a
foreshadowing?
rock mermaid?
Hold on a second.
Sorry. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Listen, this movie failed on so many levels, but they tried so hard. Did you catch?
And they got so far, but in the end, it didn't really matter.
I know. There was actually they kind of hinted at this. Well, stop. They hinted at this wall thing.
Yes.
Is right in the beginning of the movie.
Oh yeah.
Luigi has one of those pin boards, and he shoves his face through it.
That's true.
Foreshadowing.
That was the worst foreshadowing I have ever seen.
I didn't even make that connection, man.
It is.
I don't even remember that.
I remember that, but
Somebody was really proud of themselves about that.
Oh, and you mean the ham-fisted expo where they're like, I don't know, I believe in alternative dimensions.
Yeah.
Sometimes, hey, let's go fix this plumbing thing. Like, that's a weird topic of conversation right before you're about to find an alternate dimension.
well, and
Convenient.
Luigi following his
got that?
Yeah.
Luigi following his intuition while they're driving. He's like, I'll go a shortcut.
I don't know where
See,
I'm
I
going,
got
but
us here.
Yeah, I'll find a better way.
I know all the time the better thing to do. I follow my gut.
Luigi jumps into the portal, and Mario kind of just falls. I'm like, for crying, you're Mario. The one thing you're supposed to be able to do is jump.
He was acting like me, okay?
Jump into the portal.
Although I would have just fallen.
Falls into it, and it's this long fall through Bill and Ted's like circuits
Thank
of time.
you. Yes. Yes.
Seriously.
Yeah. Either that or Cool World. I know, like the dad.
Yes.
Even Spawn. Sometimes look like he's going into hell.
If this is such a
90s.
large gap, how is she sticking her face back out of the rock wall?
That's the thing too. Like it wasn't even like, oh, you have to like actually try and jump. You literally could just jump, and you would make it in there.
And you would make it in there.
Yeah.
They fall into the circular cavern. They chase what they think is them still, or Iggy and Spike, but they're already long gone. And they come out into a very busy city where everyone still looks human.
Everybody.
Everybody.
This
Not
is
the guy
Koopa.
running the hot dog stand. He wasn't
there-
the
oh,
human.
yeah.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
That's true. The thing is, like, so what? Okay,
Lizard
but
stand.
What are they trying to?
They're not selling hot dogs. They're selling lizards.
They're trying to say
Okay.
the people,
100% real lizard beef.
the people on Earth.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. The people on Earth evolved from monkeys. These guys evolved from dinosaurs, but we ended in the same place
Yeah.
I don't think so.
With like almost the same technology.
and the
Well-
same bone structure and the same everything.
They are for some reason like aware of the human world, but we're not like that. They aren't aware
Right.
of them. Like I don't understand how.
Because Koopa at one point is like, the rock gave us the crappy dimension. Like, I
Yeah,
want the
yeah.
good one.
They're also really like in tune with what kind of dinosaur they evolved from. They're like, well, I'm a Stegosaurus.
Yeah.
I'm a
Right.
dinosaur.
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
T-Rex. Whoa.
I feel like it's Europe and USA. Like Europe is really obsessed with USA, and USA doesn't give a crap. Like it's like we're just
That's
like we don't
accurate.
know
Yeah.
we're there. Okay, but you guys are like obsessed with everything that we do.
They probably
I feel
based
like
their
that's
like
God, Europe, why are you so
city off of
obsessed with me?
Manhattan and stuff like that. Because it was the same, wasn't it?
Dino City seemed a lot like an American
Yeah.
city, other than the bumper cars. Do you guys know why they did that?
Why?
Because
I have no idea.
because
Is it
there's
Mario?
no dinosaurs in the ground. They can't run off gas.
Oh my
boo.
gosh!
Yeah.
Again, they were way too proud of themselves.
They were
about
thinking
this.
way too hard.
Is that actually
Yeah,
why?
it's like gasoline comes from dinosaurs.
Right. Okay. So they care about that detail, right? And
Yeah.
Not
That's
the,
Not
the
other
detail. They
things.
were like, no, we need to make sure
Yeah.
everything runs off electricity.
whoa, guys, we got a big problem.
Yeah.
How
Get
would they run
everybody
it?
in the boardroom right now.
Should
I
we
want to talk to the punk, to quote Ernest,
Yes.
that has our cars. We shot 4 scenes of them running on gas.
Yeah.
There wouldn't be gas because it's a dino world.
Sir, what about Mario jumping and going, ahoo,
No.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
throws him out of the
Get
window?
out of here.
Shut up! Shut up!
Where's the key grip? Where's the key grip? We'll go punch him in his face really freaking hard.
I'm sorry.
You know what you do? You know what you do with people that whine this isn't enough like Mario Brothers? You take their pants on and you spank their ass. Sorry.
By the way, why is this the why is this the,
literally?
Why is this what?
why is this the 4th week in a row you've done this? So you've gotten spankings.
Maybe.
Would you say I'm a bad boy?
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, now this is so Mario Brothers though. Cops,
yes.
flamethrowers,
Big Bertha.
Big Bertha,
Yes.
bumper car. Remember the bumper car level in Mario Brothers?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Indeed.
so good.
I was giving them like half a thought of being like, are they gonna go with Mario Kart and that's what the cars are
Yeah.
gonna be like?
Nope.
No.
Wrong.
No.
No.
No,
Nothing.
wrong. No.
We got to talk about this guy, King Koopa.
What?
Wait. Excuse me. Point of order. Is that character Bowser? No.
Nope.
Nope.
Why would we put Bowser in our Mario movie?
Nope.
That's what my kids were wondering.
That's a mystery. We'll just put King Koopa instead.
And who's the main girl? Oh, Daisy.
Daisy.
Oh,
it's Pete-
Princess
no.
Daisy.
Mario's dating some Italian whore named Daniela. What boardroom meeting did that get greenlit in? Yep, check.
Sorry.
Check. Put a check on that.
Whores.
Whore. Sorry.
Did Nintendo, were they trying to skirt around Nintendo's IP
No,
or
they
something?
had the full rights to do it.
Nintendo basically said they gave them a lot of leverage, and they said just go for it because for some reason they thought that whatever they did wasn't going to stain Mario Brothers, and the American audience was going to react to it.
Right. And it didn't, and they were right because Mario continued to be a beloved franchise.
100%.
Whatever.
But what an embarrassment for Nintendo.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Yeah.
just an embarrassment for Nintendo. It was an embarrassment for anybody trying to make an adaptation from, some kind of video game.
It is embarrassing though because literally the only thing that makes this Super Mario is the names, and they couldn't even put Peach or Bowser in it. That was the one thing they were doing.
Throw everything out the window. Those four should be in the movie. Start there. Page 1. How?
Yep.
Bowser steals Peach. Mario has to go find her.
Done.
Right.
From left to right.
This is like making a Sonic the Hedgehog movie, but the only hedgehog in it is that one hedgehog that was Knuckles' friend in the third game. and there's no Sonic and there's no Tails.
Yeah.
And kiss my ass, why would we have them in this movie?
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't make sense because Koopa literally looks like Bowser. All you had to do was name him Bowser. Same thing with Mario's girlfriend, literally just blonde, and you can call her Peach. They chose to not name them that for no reason.
100%.
Yeah.
Again, so many times was a script rewritten. They were rewriting the script as they were shooting. A lot of the actors would not even bother reading the pages they were given because by the time they were in costume and ready to shoot, they would be given new ones.
But that's almost still as damning because
it was
if you had
horrible.
100,000 rewrites at not one of those times, should this be the page we put Peach in the movie?
Most likely, I'm guessing there actually was, but it was overtaken several times.
Why?
It probably bounced back and forth. I don't know why.
Exactly. All right, hold on.
Are you looking at me for? Hey, what are you looking at me? Okay, I didn't mess this
I'm
up.
walking
Okay,
it.
I know how to make a good tomato sauce.
That's New York though.
If you want to make a good tomato sauce, you got one cook. Okay,
right.
that's the one way to
Spaghetti.
screw
Right.
up a tomato sauce is you got 3 cooks. Ever heard that phrase? Too many
right.
cooks in the kitchen.
It's like they
One
made
cook.
it's like they made tomato sauce and we're like, we don't need tomatoes.
No.
Yes.
That's
We
it.
don't need tomatoes, or we don't even need sauce.
Right.
No garlic.
Can't wait for that Zelda movie.
Basil, get the hell out of here.
Can't wait for that Zelda movie where Link's not in it and she hangs out with Ganondorf at the mall. That's what this movie is.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
King Koopa wants the rock back because he needs it to put it in the giant meteor that's still there and to merge the worlds together. All right, now I got
Right, that's just fully intact.
Yeah, it's just fully intact.
Yeah.
Waiting. All right, some old lady mugs Mario and Luigi.
Do you guys have any weapons on you? No?
Perfect.
That's a real suspicious question to ask, but no, we don't.
How about Luigi who bends over and he's like, "Hey, please don't take my necklace."
Listen.
As she's grabbing it off.
Please don't take my necklace.
I see that you're currently in the process of taking my necklace. Please stop doing that. I'm not going to lift my hands to do anything to stop you.
Yeah.
I'm going to stretch my neck out a little
Be
more.
like, please, don't.
What are you doing?
Don't.
I was robbed by a sweet old lady. It's ridiculous. And then, right after she robs them, here comes Big Bertha. Gorilla press slams the old lady into the street.
Yes.
Yup.
Takes
Yeah.
the rock. And
It's mine now.
F's off with her rocket boots into who knows where.
She thought she ate so hard. Okay.
did.
No, because he literally talked about this. They gave her a plenty of screen time showing her rocket boots.
and
right?
with her face looked like
she literally is just like this.
I have 10,000 plus aura now. Right.
She's mewing as she goes away.
She's literally just going like this, just like
Just floating.
As she's floating away, she's just like,
She was totally.
gosh.
Like, I just know if I had to watch, like, if I was in theaters and I had to watch myself do that,
I'd crawl
I
under
would
the chair.
cry.
Yeah.
I would cry.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Mario and Luigi meet Toad. Oh, thank God. Another beloved character is in this movie.
Yeah.
You know Toad?
Which is played by Mojo Nixon.
The busking beatnik musician with a worse haircut
Jimmy
than Fisher.
Neutron looking hair.
yeah.
Him and his Jimmy Neutron looking ass.
In the front and then in the back.
No,
It's a party, okay?
it's a swirly. If I stand on the ground and I roll around, it hypnotizes my enemies and I can get away. You know, like Toad from the video game.
Like, they couldn't have
Toad
even.
plays the guitar, okay? Did you know
Obviously.
that?
They
He's
couldn't
also the tallest person.
banjo.
He's the tallest person in the movie.
Like
Toad-
the video game.
Toad is this big.
At least give him, like, polka dots on the back of his head if you're going to do, like, mushroom.
Or a beanie.
What is that? What is that?
Cast Danny DeVito. He's at least the right size.
Yes!
Yeah.
I'm Toad. It could have been. It would have been perfect.
Can I offer you an egg in this troubling time?
He looks like an egg.
Isn't Toad also known for being bald under, like, a. That's a joke.
Yeah.
And they
With a
chose
hat.
to give him that hairdo for what?
Well, they all get arrested because singing anti-Koopa songs is illegal, and so is being a
Fascism.
plumber. Okay.
Fascism. That's what it is.
Why plumbers though? Why is plumbers?
That's their two rules. No music, just like Ariel.
And,
Okay.
and janitors
No.
are shot on sight.
The plumbers.
No plumbers.
The reason why the plumbers are getting arrested is because
Yes,
King
it
Koopa
Put a PB.
knows.
Yeah,
Why doesn't he like? Why doesn't
He
he
He put
like?
a
plumbers?
PBA. Oh,
PBA.
he cracked a PBA.
That's what it is. How did? What'd you say?
Why doesn't he like plumbers?
No, he knows that they are related to the crystal in some way
So he puts an APB.
They literally do
Out
just call
on-
them
on
plumbers
their
the entire movie.
ASSs.
At the police station. At the police station, we find out that their names are Mario, and Luigi Mario.
Which actually is a true fact, isn't
Yes,
it? Yeah.
it is, 'cause
So
they're
I
the
did
Mo-
appreciate that.
they're the
Yay,
Mario
they got
brothers.
something
Let's
right.
make sure we get the names right
Yes. Good job.
of the two characters that we include.
Good for you.
And they get defungused and put in a dog kennel until Koopa meets with them under the guise of being a lawyer. For about, I mean, it escalates quickly for about 4 seconds.
Yeah, he's like, I'm a lawyer. Nope.
I'm going to choke the life out of you.
Well, Mario's like this stupid Koopa guy, right?
When are we going to get to talk to that dumbass, moronic Koopa idiot?
This fungus
This
sucking
Koopa bozo.
tool bag.
Freaking bozo over here.
If he were here, I'd give him a piece of my mind.
I got a few things I'd like to introduce him to.
That's right.
5 here and 5 here.
And he wasn't even like, "Hey, I'm Koopa." He was just like, "Yeah, totally."
Totally. I hate
Yep.
He
that
sucks.
guy.
Sucks. That guy sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just wants the stone, and he drags them to the de-evolution chamber. Okay, and this is where Toad is loaded in, and you can go.
Okay.
You can flip the switch. This is how the de-evolution chamber works.
Great.
You get put in a chair, a little thing gets put over your head.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, sure.
And you flick the switch to either de-evolve into a lesser life form.
Really? Okay.
Right. Or evolve to a more
Yeah.
higher consciousness.
Of course.
And Toad gets devolved.
Well,
And
there's two de-evolves. It was Jurassic period,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then
Was it Cretaceous?
Cretaceous.
Yeah,
Maybe.
so.
Correct me if I'm wrong, because I honestly don't remember. I only watched it once, and it was yesterday. Did that thing change his outfit to the giant red coat, or did he have that on when they sat him?
He didn't.
don't
He
know.
did not have that on.
He did not have
Because he
that.
comes out in the Goomba uniform.
I can't tell.
And now he's 7'8".
He's
So
7'8".
because that affects your height, right?
Yeah.
And
Getting
he-
that put on your.
But your head is about this.
It looks like a Beetlejuice lizard, okay? Like with the shrunken
no,
head.
it looked exactly like him.
Right.
They honestly might have used the suit.
I just have an odd question, if you don't mind. Why?
Why what? Why take a character that they want to introduce into the game? Like, okay,
What's the purpose of the de-evolution machine in the first place?
It's to have
them more
dumb
controllable.
bodyguards, like people turn into kind of like
they're dumb and malleable.
Why?
and
just
we can-
people that they can like.
Why?
we can control them.
I don't.
Then they're easily
know.
fooled, and your enemies get away.
Why?
Yeah.
So
Joe,
this was-
they
this-
wanted
Can you-
to put Goombas from the game into the movie, and I'm not going to
So
complain.
there's already people that are already lizard-like selling hot dogs.
Right.
They can't just use those as their minions.
Nope.
They have to de-evolve the
Yes.
other ones that are more human-like.
Also, is
into
that
what-
saying that those lizard
Why?
people are stupid? Like that?
Yes.
What? That's messed up.
and make them classic Goombas.
Listen, all
you
hot
know
dog
the things in
salesmen.
the game that have giant heads and tiny feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Giant feet and tiny heads.
Yes.
Right.
Flip
'Cause
it upside down.
people will get it. People
We're
will
gonna
get
make
it.
so much money.
You know what they reminded me of?
I'm sorry. I'm getting excited.
Is the alien robot things in the Fifth Element in the beginning with the little tiny heads
Yes.
and the giant bodies.
That's a good call.
You can tell though because they named it Goomba, right? Just like every other character,
Yeah.
you can tell what it is by its name, and that's all that matters.
That's it.
It doesn't have to look like what it is.
Looks like they all wanted some grilled cheese
I
sandwiches.
like that. Can we clip that? I love that last statement.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Thank
That was
you.
good.
Nailed it.
Wrap
I
it
feel
up.
Better now.
Thank you.
Episode's
I feel
over.
better now. My big question of why
All right.
has been
They push Koopa. They push King Koopa into the chair as a guard slips in diarrhea that's all over the ground.
When did the poop get there? Because it was
somebody
not
crapped
there.
themselves.
No.
Toad was real scared.
Right? And every other time they de-evolutionized somebody, there was no diarrhea. So why does Toad diarrhea?
I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Obviously, something was cut. Somebody got turned into primordial ooze or something.
There's no janitors
Because they
to
get
clean up anything, so they're just everywhere.
Listen, plumbers we arrest, janitors you kill on site.
Yeah,
All right? Those.
just if there's on the floor, just deal with it.
That's
Sorry,
right.
I'm swearing.
It's all right.
Slip on it.
It was
on
nasty.
it.
That was gross. Did not like that.
No, that was most likely it had a reason.
Yeah.
but
It was
it got
cut.
cut
But
out.
when
or
it like
something.
when you watch that though and you're not thinking about that, you're just like, why is there diarrhea?
It was right down Luigi's overalls.
Let me get this straight though.
please.
Because it was green.
They shove King Koopa, not Bowser, into the chair
Thank you.
and turn it on.
Yeah.
But he goes up for 30 seconds or three
He only
tenths of a
Literally,
second,
like, all
He gets
seconds.
and then pops back down,
I don't know. That's a pretty long time.
and nothing happens. It doesn't matter.
For like a second, he gets a dinosaur eye and then he like shakes it off.
No,
Like,
but
Just kidding.
nobody turned it off. Like he
shook
should
it
have been
off.
in there just as long as everybody
I know.
else.
He
I
shook
know.
it off. He was just like, nope, I'm not going to devolve.
Mario and Luigi zip line across the prison as Goombas shoot flamethrowers at him. Classic.
Yeah. Well, that's how they interpreted the
Fireballs.
The fireball.
The Goombas shoot.
Yeah, the Goombas
Yeah.
shoot him.
Yeah, for sure. They steal a police car. And one of my favorite tropes, operate unfamiliar machinery perfectly.
Nailed it.
Okay?
And-
How many 4 levers we were? Yep, and we're off.
Yep.
And jump through a window that you could perfectly open the door, and it takes you longer to jump through the window because you're trying to be cool.
Another classic trope. These
Yeah.
idiots learn to use a doorknob.
They're plumbers.
The police chase them.
Construction
What?
workers.
What is this?
Oh, it's because they're
A
plumbers.
knob? A knob? Luigi, hand me my wrench.
There's no tubing on this door. I don't know how to open this.
But they know how to function a car. Right.
That's got pipes on
Yeah,
it.
it's got
Am
stuff
I
to say,
wrong?
yeah.
They end up, this car chase thing end up getting scooped up on top of another car.
I sure hope he knows where we're going.
They get off that car, they get boxed in by the cops, but then all they got to do is hit the brakes, and the cops just take each other out with fireballs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because they can't see that they're gone in the middle, whatever.
Right,
They end up driving into Fungus Tunnel,
Oh my gosh.
and he's like, hit the brakes. It ain't got no brakes,
Oh.
Luigi.
Oh.
How'd you stop before?
Oh, because you hit the brakes to go backwards to stop from the cars, right? So
Remember when you just slammed on the brakes to get away from those two cops?
But you don't understand. These cars only got one-time use brakes.
Is that what it is? Is that
Yeah.
why the cop car had to stop with a cable like a jet plane?
Exactly.
No,
It's
and
only
literally-
one-time use.
a minute passed, and I know they like had to watch that, and they were like, "That makes sense."
Makes sense.
Like, how do you literally? I clocked that immediately. How do you watch that and like just
They won't remember that they just used the brakes to get out of the situation.
Nobody cares.
that
And
detail
then-
doesn't matter?
Nobody's watching.
They
What?
bungee jump.
They bungee jump, and Luigi instantly is like a savant with this stuff. He's like, wait a second, this Fungus is a pretty cool guy, you
The
know?
fungus is trying to help us.
It's trying to communicate with
He's
us.
part of the union, Mario.
If mushrooms are whispering to you, okay? If mushrooms are whispering to you, you're high as balls, Luigi. He accidentally licked one of these mushrooms
That's, yeah.
at some point, and he's tripping
He's seeing
out.
colors right now.
Luigi's
Hearing
tripping
colors.
balls this whole movie.
Whole movie. I could see
I
alternate
was tripping
dimensions,
balls
buddy.
this entire movie. The people that went into the conference room to really hash out the idea was tripping balls.
That's the only explanation.
The most out of context moment in this entire movie comes next. Lena, the redheaded like secretary for Koopa, are in a mud bath up to his neck, and she has a snake in his face, and they never say what the hell is happening here. Never once.
That woman is an interesting looking woman. I've never seen the smallest pair of lips on a human being.
I have coin slot lady.
Yeah, from Vigilante Force.
My God. Which one is
Vigilante Force.
Remember Bernadette Peters?
I forgot about that too.
Yes, the two of them together.
Wow.
Just those two.
If you put two of those side by side, that's not
Compare.
That's like one lower lip.
You can't get
everybody
them,
else.
You can't get them in the same room.
Yeah.
It's like they're like two black holes. They're just like they have they're just sucking everything in, and if you get them too close together, they're gonna start swirling and then form one smaller lips, and then the entire universe is gonna be sucked down to that.
What's up, baby? I like your C-3PO mouth. What's up? Iggy and Spike walk into the mud bath. Into the mud
No,
bath.
and so the mud bath was like a big long rectangle, right? And so like you could see where the pool ends, and there was like floor.
Yes.
They made the decision to walk all the way into the mud bath with fully clothed with pants instead of walking right next to where they were standing.
They could have walked right up next
literally
to them,
right next to them.
at the edge.
Yep.
Yeah. They're smart and special.
Oh, they're special.
In fact, Iggy and them they go in there to tell him we don't have the rock, and he brings them to the evolution chamber to evolve them, not devolve.
Yes, to make them smarter.
Right. Which works perfectly because they start doing
to
math.
make them smarter.
And they start using big words.
They use
which
big
equals
words.
smart.
and math. And math equals smart. You're right, John.
But yet they're complete morons still.
Oh, you mean
Yep.
when they go right after this to the desert and the first thing they do is drive off a cliff?
Yes.
So smart, you guys.
Yes.
But they're using big words though, so like
As they're falling.
Yeah. They hand them guns. I like how they had the de-evolution guns that were super scopes from Super Nintendo.
Yes.
That was a nice touch.
That was a nice
Why,
touch.
they needed the duck hunt gun. Why weren't they all carrying duck hunt guns?
And why is a TV remote or a remote to something shaped like a gun?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, because like
At one point, they're like surfing the security system with a gun.
And she's holding, the gun and like touching the screen.
That's right.
With the gun.
It's a touch screen, but you have to use the gun.
That's why it should have been, because we all played duck hunt with it up against the
That's what it
screen.
was.
It should have just been the duck hunt gun.
God.
And then the dog should have popped up when she clicked the wrong button. Like,
I hate that dog. To this day. To this
day.
I hate that
To
dog.
this day.
Freaking laugh at me when I miss a
You know how
duck.
many I've heard that from him.
Yes.
We
I'm
went
doing
to-
my best, dog. Sorry.
when I drive around with him, I actively avoid dog pounds
That's right.
because he just gets
I'll just go punch him in the
gets
face.
triggered.
Pissed. That's why I've never owned a dog until we just recently got one.
Your poor dog.
And every day I look at that thing and I'm like,
Don't you laugh.
One day
He-
he's gonna laugh,
laugh
at
at
me.
me.
he's the most obnoxious dog I have ever.
Indiana Jones? Yeah, that's what we named him. Indy. Good old Indy.
Indy was the dog's name.
That's right.
You were named after the dog.
Exactly. All right. Daisy gets a makeover and is locked in a room with a terrifying little baby dinosaur. Did you think that was Yoshi when you first saw it?
I did actually.
I
did because I was like, that it has to be. Please let it be
It
something
wasn't until
I
she
kind of
called
recognize.
it Yoshi that I was like,
Literally
no.
just because it was a dinosaur and they like were like doing these like name cameos, I guess.
Yeah.
I literally was like, yeah, that's Yoshi.
I was going, that's a clever girl right there. That's a freaking raptor. That thing's going to bite your face off.
Yeah.
And she goes up to it and she's like,
She's an archaeologist, okay? She likes dinosaurs.
You're going to lose your hand, lady.
Right. They're right now. She's thinking up a way to come and get you. Right. They solve problems. They remember.
Do you know why they went with dinosaurs on this whole thing? Even the whole movie.
Why?
Because dinosaurs were the hot ticket. Jurassic Park came out, and
Oh,
it was
give me a break.
No,
Was it because Bowser was a lizard?
it was like a hype train. They were like, "Oh, this is hot right now. We got to keep using dinosaurs." That's
so
exactly why they went down the dinosaur path.
Dude, if Yoshi had looked like that in the video game, it would have been horrifying.
Yeah.
Okay. It just, it's not even green.
I don't even know if he is a dinosaur. honestly.
He's a Yoshi.
He has a shell
a
on his
Yoshi.
back.
Oh yeah.
right.
He's a Yoshi. Yoshi's a Yoshi.
Wait. Yoshi has a shell on his back? I thought it was a saddle.
Sure, but it looks like a shell at the same time, right? Like
No, because if you really
Some
think about
nights.
it, like when I
Some
think
nights.
of Mario, I don't really think of dinosaurs at all.
No.
So
No.
it does make sense.
I
that they
never
just
once
hopped
when
on
he
that
would
train.
when he would ride Yoshi, I never once was like, cool, he has a pet dinosaur.
Well, even like Bowser, like I guess if you think about it, sure he's like
Pull my
a
scales.
dragon / dinosaur thing, but you don't like immediately be like, oh, he's
But he's a turtle. He's got a
Yeah,
giant,
he's a
like,
turtle.
Bowser's a turtle. He's got a
Right.
giant turtle shell.
yeah.
moment of silence.
Yeah, moment of silence for this movie.
Koopa comes in and starts to talk to Daisy, and Daisy starts gassing him up for some reason. Your city's pretty great, you know. I think you're doing a great job here, King Koopa.
Gaslighting.
100%.
Honestly, it's pretty sweet.
And then he says, this is where it gets real creepy.
What's the rent around here?
Koopa goes, you're so fresh and so clean.
Oh,
And then hits her with the Gene Simmons, the tongue, like the
yep,
2-foot tongue wag.
yep.
I threw up in my mouth.
And then he says, you know what they say about little girls getting kissed by lizards. This is a line of dialogue in this children's
In
movie.
this movie, yeah.
I'm going to use her later.
Yep, that's what he says.
That's
Yeah,
what he
so
says.
when I heard that, I
Check,
wow.
please.
I was. My question was: is he going to eat her? Is
No.
he going to use
No.
her sexually?
I think he could say, I'm going to eat her later.
No,
Yeah.
he
That's
said
what he said.
use.
Use
So
her.
This is my new toy. Like what
Yeah.
the frick?
And context matters, right?
Yeah.
Children, let's use our context clues. He just talked about how fresh and clean she was and how what happens when little girls get kissed and licked by lizards.
And he stuck out his tongue at her.
And went, Speaking of,
I don't
honestly,
know what he thinks that like if that's gonna work, but like there's no way that's ever worked for him ever.
Yeah, I just think he's got some plumbing work that needs to be done. He's just going to use her for that.
Koopa's
Yeah.
a virgin for sure. All right, so the two idiots crash off the cliff and they end up getting tied up by Mario and Luigi.
Yep.
One who is wearing no shirt and the other a full ass jacket.
Yeah.
By the way,
It's like,
Mario.
did we need to have a shirtless
John
Luigi?
Leguizamo. Yeah.
Yeah, but fine. But have Mario at least in a t-shirt. Why has he got he's got a winter coat on
Yeah.
Oh, not to mention,
in the desert?
this entire time, Luigi's wearing red and Mario's wearing like this off green.
Right, the whole time.
The
He's
entire
wearing-
time,
Yeah.
it ticked me off.
Luigi's wearing a yin and yang shirt with
Yes.
flames on it.
That's
Because
Riz. That's Riz, girl.
Hey, no,
Okay.
you don't understand.
You know what I'm saying?
We're making a
frick
point
no.
of the yin and yang. You have the two universes, the two dimensions intertwined with each other, and then the two dots is Mario.
The
and
dinosaur
the other ones, you know.
dimension encapsulates what is good in the animal kingdom and what could be again if merged with humanity.
Shut up.
That's how I felt watching this movie.
Yes.
Because it turns out the scriptwriters only made Iggy and Spike smart so they could deliver all the Meteor Expo to Mario and Luigi in this scene.
Who needs a TV or a radio?
Right.
Expo dump.
What he's trying to do is with this meteor, you need the stone, and when you merge the worlds together, and it's literally them
Everybody
just
got
giving
that?
them the
Yep.
expo. Like seriously.
Everybody got that?
Good.
And they're like, well, we need to go find Big Bertha. That fat chick that took my meteor rock.
Get back here, you huge bearded bitch.
That's right.
And they're like, oh, we know where she is.
That's right. She,
you find her because she's always wearing red and spikes. So
On her
well,
tatas.
but before that, they mug two gimp garbage men with plungers. It was like a Frank Drebin scene from Naked Gun.
Did you
When they would
see
use,
Mario rack his his
Yes.
plunger?
You ready to go? Let's go. You
We're gonna
got the wrench.
pump some things.
In the Naked Gun, there'd be these moments where they'd fight with household objects, and they would like throw a towel at Frank, and he would sell it like,
Yeah.
or the hair dryer, and he'd be like, "Ah!" This was like he puts the plunger on the guy's
Yeah.
face. He's like, "Ah!" and then it just dies or goes unconscious. Okay, he's got a mask between him and the plunger.
Okay.
And the
well,
plunger.
could
takes
you
it out.
breathe though? I don't think you could breathe. If
No,
it's,
but
it's
they're-
not
'cause
going to be
they're wearing-
airtight.
They're wearing gimp masks from Pulp Fiction. Okay.
Okay, well, I don't know. I'll say this.
You think that's standard issue for the garbage
I
men?
thought
or were they
the
on their way
garbage
to a
man
different,
outfits
or were they
were
on their
actually
way?
pretty hit. I thought they were pretty damn cool. I thought they were pretty cool looking.
I think
that was
out-
the only thing I was like,
If
Okay.
we were not sitting in a Mario and Luigi movie, they're pretty cool. But for it being a Mario and Luigi movie, what are we doing?
What are we doing? You think this is standard issue for the garbage men? Or are they on their way to a different party after they drop this load of mattresses or whatever the hell?
Maybe the trash is so stinky that they have to wear masks.
Exactly.
Dinosaurs
And then
make stinky
afterwards-
trash.
Right, with leather masks with studs on them. That's what they've got to wear to take out the garbage.
They're going to that Matrix party with the Merovingi afterwards.
That's exactly what's
That's
happening.
exactly where
You
they're
got
going.
two garbage men, they're loading trash, and
Right.
then their supervisor's got the whip, and he's like, go faster.
All I know is
Oh my.
Oh my God.
this orgy is going to be really dark because the human lamps aren't going to make it to the party. Okay,
True. Why is everything just sparking?
because it runs on bumper car technology.
Okay. I guess.
They show up at the club in zoot suits. One of them was like, "Is this too feminine?"
Zoot suit riot.
Right? They got these.
It was my ex-wives.
Yellow, like
Fine.
pointy-shouldered suit,
Again, they were not red and they
Luigi's
were
in
not green.
red.
Made me very mad.
and they
And
walk in.
it's so easy for them to do that, but they chose not to.
They walk into this club. Ah, yes. The sexy underwear girls dancing in the club, just like the game.
And they have dinosaur tails on, so
I hope those were tails.
There's chicks grinding in almost nothing on the dance floor in this movie.
So, you know something? I wonder if this is, if they're talking about like multiple universes and dimensions. This is almost like GTA meets Mario.
It is.
Because it's like Mario going into a strip club in GTA. Like, this is what it would look
Right.
like.
yeah.
Hey, no one can resist. There she is. No one can
Yeah.
resist Mario's charm. Let me go handle this.
With my handlebar mustache. Let me.
She resists Mario's charm. She punches him right in the face. And he's like, "You want to punch me again? It was so hot the way your knuckles dusted off my nose.
And she's into it.
And you want
Yeah.
to maybe spit on me, gouge my eyes out?
Spit in my mouth and call me mommy. Like, it gets real dark.
After this,
Dude,
$20, you could sit on my face.
Oh my God.
And you watch this with your kids.
Yeah.
You had to watch this
think
with your
about,
kids.
well, you have your kids now, but think about kids in 1993 filling those movie theaters. They must have been so confused as Mario grinds this giant woman and mouth grabs the necklace off of her rack.
That
My
was
son kept looking back at me at
horrendous.
the scene being like, what is going on? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know.
I was a child when I walked into this theater. I was a man when I walked out of the theater.
Oh,
All because of this scene.
This was the most
I got
awkward scene.
circumcised afterwards.
yeah. No, and how does she not know what he's trying to do? Because he bites that like crystal on her chest for like a couple seconds.
He's like,
and she's just like, I know you feel that.
And she looks at him with it in his mouth, and he's like, this is sexy, right?
This big important plot point that involves Mario grinding some chick.
That's
Like
in
the
one of the
game.
levels.
And she's like
Mario
2 feet taller
gets
than him.
his
I swear there's a
groove
shot of
on.
him grinding her.
Yes,
there is.
they're
Yeah.
like
There is.
going at it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like animals.
Like
No, it wasn't
Goombas.
even suggestive.
Discovery
It was
Planet
like, yeah.
or Animal Planet, whatever.
And then the
He was
bad guy-
discovering something. I like these scales.
Oh my
Right.
gosh!
That's one pipe I'll warp into.
You got some plumbing issues?
It's so stupid.
These pipes are
You just had to. No, because you just had to.
I don't understand. Just put a helmet on her, and she's one of the football guys from Super Mario World. You know, Super Mario World, those football guys. who
yes.
run edge. At least
Maybe
make,
they wanted that.
at least
Maybe that
make it
was
a
what they were
character
going
from the. You can still have him grind the
Something.
football guy, but make it a character from the
That
game.
would be awesome. That'd
Okay.
be funny.
Make it a piranha plant that he's got to get up there with. Just be like,
I ain't gonna kiss you. I ain't gonna kiss you. You almost got me.
You're a bit of a biter, okay? Calm down.
Or the chomp
That's for
womps or
later.
whatever that.
yeah, the thwomps.
Thwomps, there you go.
Your necklace is right over. See this thing that keeps crashing down? You got to go get it from that. No fallen rock can resist the Mario charm. I mean, get over it.
Yeah, we're gonna smash.
Instead of the thwomps, it's just her thighs coming together. Bam! Bam!
You gotta get in and out.
Get in and out quickly. Gotta get that pipe, gotta lubricate it, and get out.
You got to go grab your necklace from that boo, but you got to do it when you're not looking, because if you look at it stops. Okay.
It's just some crack whore in the corner, constantly looking at Mario. Like every time he turns around, creeps forward.
Like
Or
the game.
or the centipede with all the
Yeah.
when it gets angry when it wakes up.
Yeah.
The cactus.
What is that called?
Whatever.
Like the
cactus.
dancing cactus. Or how about the sun? No.
That pissed off sun.
Yeah, the pissed off sun.
You know,
That like
Or Lu-
circles around. And
Or Luigi's mansion, and Luigi has his
Yes.
vacuum.
You got to vacuum a ghost up, right?
Yeah.
Something. All right, the bad guys show up and they're like, "We're gonna run a football play on this graded floor with this necklace that can easily fall through the cracks," and
Yeah.
it does, and they lose it because Lena steps on it.
Yep.
Right, so that works real well, and they end up having to run out, and Bertha helps them.
C-3PO lips. It's so perfect.
Bertha helps them. She kisses Mario.
Why?
Right?
He left her on the dance floor. He stole
Because-
her necklace.
I'm telling
Stole
you,
her heart.
she's a freak, a super freak. Because
Super freaky.
it wasn't until Mario went up and was like, "You punched me in the face again." That
Yeah.
was hot. She was like, "Oh, this just changed everything."
It's that Mario charm.
It's Mario's charm.
I can't tell you how long I've been waiting for a man to say those words.
That's right.
You had me at
She
hello.
comes to the club every night waiting
Punches
for a man
guys
like Mario.
every night.
Yeah.
No one
Right.
ever says I wanted more.
Nope.
Right.
Yeah.
She cries herself at sleep every night. She's going, maybe one day a man can take a punch. And that man is
when
going to be mine forever.
And when that happens, I'm gonna give him and his little stupid friend some rocket boots. And then
And he will always have my heart.
we'll rocket off to the moon together. She gives him the freaking rocket boots because even though this is a Mario movie, you can't just have them be able to jump
No, of
as
course
their own natural power.
No,
but because they've got rocket boots that they put on, that's how they're able to make these jumps. Right? Okay. We want realism in this game. We're
This-
dinosaur
it's-
people.
It's an
We're winning.
alternate dimension, but there's no way we can give them any sort of powers when they're in this alternate universe. or
Luigi
dimension.
grabs a bomb from the fungus.
What the hell is with this fungus?
Dude,
I don't understand. Like, it's just like this saran wrap latex wrapped around the place. And for
all
some
over the
reason,
whole
it's
world.
trying to communicate with just Luigi
And-
by presenting
yeah.
small trinkets.
And you know what it is? Literally mushrooms. That's it. They're literally trying to make that stupid connection where they're like, "Oh, there's mushrooms in Mario." Fungus.
I was just happy that we're over an hour into the movie at this point, and it was the first recognizable thing from Mario was
Yeah.
this bomb.
Yes.
It took that long
Yeah.
to have even a single recognizable
But
thing.
the props department got the scale off.
A little bit.
That's it.
A little bit.
They're like, okay, we need a bomb. Guy's like, hey, no, don't worry about it. I got you covered. It brings in, what is this?
He's like, look on the screen, it's that size. So you hold it up.
It's the same size.
Looks like
On
a
my
McDonald's
12-inch
Get a
TV.
bigger screen.
All right. Idiots. They jump into a garbage truck and get away. I got to get through this.
Yeah.
Koopa, we have a lot to
just
cover
fast
still.
forward?
No,
Like,
we can't.
damn it.
We got to give this its due attention.
Okay.
Koopa goes
Do
into
we
the throne room where there's a pile of slime and talks crap to it. You piece of crap slime ball.
You're so cool in your slime palace,
Yeah.
aren't you?
Just this
Former Koopa King looks directly at the screen, breaking the fourth wall.
yeah.
I said it.
That's
We
him.
turned the Koopa King into a slime ball. Okay, look at this.
Yeah.
This is the slime
Look at it.
ball.
That's right.
See this moist taint? That's the old king right here.
It is. All right. I'm sorry I'm saying that my daughter's here. It looks like a testicle.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes,
Okay. It does.
A snot
it descends and ascends.
That's what I'm saying.
Depends on the temperature.
Yep.
Mario and Luigi break into the tower.
on out.
If it's too cold, it's
Yeah,
cold.
It is.
Yeah.
Mario and Luigi break into the tower and find some heat pipes that haven't been serviced. Must be non-union.
Punch you, son of. Shut up. Shut up.
I guess they're HVAC certified too because it's the heating system.
Oh
that
yeah,
they're
it's
able
what
to-
plumbers do. This.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
Luigi,
know.
these are the heat pipes. We'll turn them off and cool it down. So all of these dinosaur people would be cold-blooded
Yes.
because that's how it works, right?
You'd be the only one.
When they turn it off and it's cold, they wouldn't be able to move. They would all go to sleep.
It
Do you
doesn't
think it works
affect
like that?
anything.
It doesn't.
It doesn't
because this
affect
movie
anything.
is a piece of crap. Why? There's no point to turn the heat off.
The only ones that would be affected by it being super cold are them.
It doesn't make sense.
Right.
Clip that.
Right?
Yeah.
I will.
You don't understand.
It's who? Wait.
We got
who?
this pipe. We got to get it cold in this pipe so we can have sledding.
Right.
Like in the game?
Hey. You're going to talk about it being in the game. At least this is the point where they pull 2 jumpsuits out of the locker and it's their damn
Finally.
colors.
Yes.
Finally.
And they look like Mario and Luigi finally.
They couldn't have put overalls on them or something.
I know. That's.
They have pockets.
It should have just been a red T-shirt with
It's
blue.
literally.
Yes.
It's literally. Yeah. It's just red and gray and that's it.
I know.
Well, they have hats on
It's
too.
as good as we were going to
Yeah.
get. Okay. There's
they
Goombas,
only had 50 million guys. What
there's
do you
Goombas in the elevator.
This is Jack Nicholson and whatever his name is. It's as good as going to get.
They have Goombas in the elevator with Mario and Luigi, and they start a dance party to get them all distracted.
That
I don't-
why? What?
To distract
Why?
them all.
This scene lasted way too damn
It was
long.
so long.
Oh yeah.
Completely
Cut this
unnecessary.
whole scene out. Give me 5 minutes back.
Give me the next
Yep.
part where they're running down the halls. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. Lena wants Koopa. The redhead wants Koopa. She's rejected by him. So she takes the rock to do the thing herself with the meteorite. She tries to kill Daisy and gets Yoshi'd.
Yes.
Right? It's like,
Yeah.
all right, cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
That's actually from the game. I
I thought he was going to eat
Yeah.
her.
His tongue looked
I
nasty,
wanted
though.
her. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted her to get eaten. Like just like.
Right, like Yoshi does.
Yep.
And crapped into an egg.
Yes.
Right?
And yes,
Yes.
he could have spit her back out as an egg, and it's like, oh,
Yes.
that's where the eggs come from.
Yeah.
See?
What if Princess Daisy was eaten as a baby by a dinosaur?
Yoshi is the one that screwed Daisy's mom.
Oh my God.
Good for Yoshi.
That's her
Good
dad.
for Yoshi.
Bro's got Riz,
That's her
okay?
dad.
He's got that
Yoshi's like-
jawline.
But he couldn't speak. He was like, he was trying to say, I'm your secret father.
Bro, when
DNA test.
Daisy's mom saw that tongue, though, she's like, what'd that tongue do?
A for Alfred. B for Bat.
Her options for fathers is Yoshi and a ball of fungus.
Yeah, a moist taint. And Yoshi.
So I want to introduce you to my dad. It's
saying.
either a testicle or a mini dinosaur. I don't know which.
Now, when Lena stabs Yoshi here, it was the first time I cared about anything in
Yes.
this movie. I was like, no, not
I
Yoshi.
cared about myself and my sanity
My
the entire
two
movie.
boys
That's
and I
about
were,
it.
yeah, my two boys and I were watching this part, and we all three were like,
Not
Yoshi.
right.
He didn't do anything.
Toad,
He didn't do anything.
who was off trying to find some steamed veggies for Daisy as a Goomba now, gets roasted in the hallway by these other 2 guards with a flamethrower. Iggy and Spike are there too. They get away because they're being let off to be killed, and they team up with Daisy.
And they're like, we've always supported your father.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like, what? No,
Yeah,
you guys are
turncoats.
pieces of crap.
Do any of you guys know why they gave Toad a harmonica?
The Goomba version of him?
Yeah, do any of you know why?
Yes, I do know why. Go ahead, be first.
No. Go ahead.
Just so the audience can recognize which one was Toad.
Yeah.
But he didn't play a harmonica
No, but
before he turned into.
He was a musician.
I think his
Every once in a while, you would just hear, and he's walking around.
This is Toad, guys.
And he made him look stupider than every other Goomba.
well,
Yes.
did the actual
Why was that perfect? Why was that it?
That was legit it.
Sorry.
didn't the actual singer, the Mojo whatever guy, didn't he also play the harmonica in part of his?
I thought
his
he just
bits?
had the guitar. I don't know.
I can't remember.
He could have, but
But-
regardless, it was
sorry.
just a device to learn who that was.
I gotta step back one quick second about the whole singing in the elevator scene and the swaying.
Oh God.
I hate to say this, but again, I want to point out that they were trying way too damn hard. The reason why they did that stupid scene is later on in the movie when Toad starts playing on the harmonica.
Yeah.
It distracts the guards and they start swaying.
Oh.
That is the only reason why they did that.
But I feel like you don't even need that.
That's what I'm
you
saying.
could
you
just do
don't
that.
need any of it.
So,
You
but
could have
that's
him-
why they did it, though.
You could have him just playing, and they start swaying anyway without seeding it earlier.
They're like, no, you don't understand how writing works. We need to set this up.
Yeah.
or the writers could pull their heads out of their asses and look at how Super Mario works as a game and just take game mechanics and be like, let's do that.
Right. Instead, they went this convoluted way, and by page 3, they had Yoshi banging Daisy's mom and King Koopa's a person.
Yep.
And
Mario
mud
doing
baths.
lines of coke off of the big girl's ass.
Oh.
I mean, all of this stuff.
I don't remember that.
And what makes it worse, though, is that, like you said, they went through so many scripts and they landed on this. They were like, you know what?
We got it.
This is the final.
This one's the one.
We got the winner here.
Spike and Iggy
I'm going to put all my money on it.
take Daisy to the throne room and tell her that her dad is a pile of snot and mushrooms. Dad? Then there's this really stupid scene. Where Luigi jumps
Another one?
jumps off of a walkway and thinks he's flying, but he's just hooked on something on his belt.
Mario can't see that?
And Mario jumps.
You know what he was hooked on? Phonics.
and Mario jumps and it has to trampoline off the fungus back up to Luigi. And they're like, let's try and shimmy and jump over there. This whole time, they're wearing rocket boots.
Yep.
Did they use them at all?
One.
So
at the
Luigi
end.
does once at the end.
They
the end.
jump out of, when Big Bertha gives them two of them, they jump out the window and they look around and go, I guess we'll just walk like normal now. Like, you have rocket boots. Jump up, get out of the way, get out of
Whatever.
sight.
Use it.
It's like the car's brakes. It was a one-time use only.
I guess. I don't know.
Mario realizes that Daniela. So they find Daisy in the throne room. They meet back up with her, and this is where Mario realizes that Daniela is a prisoner also, and so he goes to find her in the prisoner room. And Luigi and Daisy walk right out of the room, literally directly into Koopa and his guards. Okay.
Yeah.
Directly into them, just so they could be taken prisoner because of the plot.
Of course.
Yep.
They have to. Then, meanwhile, in the girls' prison room, Mario is pulling a Jack Burton and is like crawling on top of the cage that they're all in, right? It's like, how are you going to spring us? I have no idea. That whole thing. And one of these idiot girls like, oh, hey, Mario.
It's Mario. I know him from Brooklyn.
You know, from the game. Mario's here and now he's going to save us. Swing on down from the ceiling and you can kick this guy right in the face.
Bada bada bada. Bada bada bada. Bada bada bada. Bada bada bada.
Freaking stupid. He kicks that Goomba in the face and he gets all the girls out of there. Okay. All right.
They take the mattress down a frozen water slide.
Yeah, yes. Exactly what it was.
And that's honestly, that's what it really set in what I was like taking my time to watch was when they were going down that stupid water slide for what?
Now the pipes are frozen. We're going to ride down this like it's freaking Noah's Ark in Wisconsin Dells.
What if we take the same shot?
Stupid idea. You're fired.
Take the same shot and we play it over and over and over and over.
Because the pipe was only 10
I'm not done yet. Over and over and over.
Wait.
Because the pipe was only 10 feet long that they had to shoot in.
Yeah.
That's it. How many different angles can we get them coming down the
35.
pipe? That's right.
Give or take.
They fly out into the city and crash into the bad guys and Luigi and Daisy. Okay. Koopa has his gun and he's going to devolve them into monkeys. Okay.
Yep.
But while this is happening, somebody hands Mario a bullet bill.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Another thing from the game.
Yes.
Right.
He's gonna throw it or what is he gonna do with it? No, he puts it into his boot.
His rocket boots.
And then it shoots him and knocks.
He shoots one into Koopa.
Yeah.
And another one into another one of the guards. Instead of wearing them, he shoots them at people.
Let's use the boots as a weapon instead of the bullet.
Right.
That's the weapon.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Now
scaling again.
Exactly. Now comes
and Koopa got knocked by this thing, I should say, into the basket. There's like a
hold on. Now this is where these writers were like, we got it. We got the best damn thing. It's gonna revolutionize the film industry. We're gonna be hailed as legends. We're gonna knock Bowser, aka Dennis Hopper, into a hopper. Oh my god!
I want to go home.
That's it. That's how writing's done. Here come the Oscars.
That's right.
Oh.
And Luigi says, "Trust the fungus," and Mario swings over to jump on the bottom of
What a catchphrase. What a catchphrase.
I know.
Trust the fuck.
Lena catches the rock because the rock falls, and Mario's faking like he has it. He's holding just the necklace
shoelace.
part of it, just the shoelace part of it, or whatever. Lena catches the rock and goes and falls onto the electrical grid from the bumper cars.
Yes.
Okay, and gets 40,000 volts up her ass.
Yeah, but you know what's gonna happen to her after she gets electrocuted?
She'll be dead.
No, nothing happens. She gets up and walks away.
She has a Bride of Frankenstein.
Yes. They're like,
Okay.
let's tie that in.
Maybe. Okay, there you go.
That's like a video game, right?
She runs down the tunnel to go
That's pop culture.
to go
throw it in there.
merge the dimensions. She's like, and runs out, suddenly feeling a surge of energy.
Seriously, that's how writing's done. I love this, James. We're so long in the tooth that
I know.
you're doing the Spaceball versions. We're doing the short version.
I know.
This is how they're here. Now we're here. Now we're going.
That's what I'm saying. And so Luigi,
I don't blame you.
Mario is still fighting with not Bowser. I wish it was. Mario
Yeah.
is still fighting with Koopa.
Dennis Hopper in a hopper.
Luigi and Daisy chase after the Bride of Frankenstein into the room where the meteor is, and she's in there trying to shove the rock into the hole where it goes into.
Listen,
and
it's hard
she's
to get a
struggling
thing in the
'cause
hole.
It's supposedly very, very hard to do. There's electricity flying everywhere. She's about to complete this very important task that we don't want her to complete, but they take the time to walk up to the meteor, stop, and say, "It's not too late. We have to stop her."
Yes. They could have.
You could just do it.
They could have edited that beforehand.
Right.
But no.
As they're running, maybe.
As they're running,
As they're
maybe.
running,
Nope. Bad editing.
look, she hasn't completed it yet. We still have time to stop her.
It's an anime,
there.
dude.
Should we go and stop her?
Wow.
She's almost got the meteorite shoved in. We have to stop her.
Anime.
Yeah.
We can do
You
it.
are exactly correct.
Yeah.
We could do it
we
together
could do
with
it together.
friendship.
That's right.
Is this what happens when you have kids? You listen to that stuff
Power's
all day.
5,000.
You just
That's exactly what it is.
Like Dora.
Meanwhile, Mario's having they're out of the hopper, and Mario's got the
Dennis
bomb.
Hopper's out of the hopper.
Shut up. No.
Remember we were sitting there.
I'm gonna
He pulls.
beat this
Keep it,
till it's
keep it.
dead.
We're sitting there watching this part, and he pulls out the bomb, and starts to twist the thing on it, and I was just
My
like,
gosh, this.
"We are Sex Bomb, and we're here to make you feel feelings and stuff."
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's all I wanted.
Yes.
He sets it on the ground. It starts to very slowly walk towards him, and then just falls through a fissure in the concrete.
This
Just into the fungus.
Listen, this bomb was the movie in it like
Yes.
the representation of this whole production was this bomb. Extremely tiny, completely inaccurate, and completely useless.
But anytime anyone sees it, they freak out.
yeah, they freak out.
crash
they
their
think it's
bike
going to be
over
awesome.
a railing.
Oh my god, it's a small trinket.
So they have the bomb slide through a mile of fungus.
Yes.
The fungus has shown that it's able to move things.
Yes.
And he's just checked out right now. He's like, nah, I'll let this slide.
Fine. Literally. Cut
leave
back to the meteor room where they've. We have to stop her. You think now they would be stopping her? No. She's still sitting there doing it, and they're just sending people through the portal back to Earth.
Yeah.
Instead of like, stop her. She's right there. Okay.
It's too hard. It's too hard.
Turns out they didn't need to because she fries herself. She gets dusted
Into wall art.
to wall art on the freaking wall because it. Daisy goes, Nick Cage, only I can walk in both worlds.
Yes. Yes.
I'm the princess.
I'm the chosen one.
Seriously. Okay. And so she has to be the one to do it.
We should have had Princess Peach come up and be like,
But
I had one last ride in me.
Yes.
boom, skeleton, everything. And then it cuts to Luigi, where she makes an impression.
I wanted Daisy to look at him and just be like,
Oh.
we're done.
This was so stupid. I punched my kid. I was just like, I hate everything, and I was like, Daddy, shut up.
Mario and Koopa start to merge
I didn't
into
actually watch
Earth,
my kid.
right? Because they literally go Infinity War and start to like.
Yeah, Thanos comes in. And I thought the
Yeah.
movie was saved. I was like, thank God Thanos walked in and just wiped
Oh,
everybody.
he's killing every single person. Yay.
It cuts back to Daisy trying to put the rock in, and she's like, "Help me, Luigi!" And Luigi uses his plumbing tools to get the rock corkscrewed back into.
I thought actually at a certain point though, she was trying to get out. She's like, Luigi, help me get out of it, and she just proceeds to pull him in.
Yes.
that is like a toxic relationship. Help me, and just. But you're
Yeah.
gonna help me by I'm gonna bring you into this toxic relationship.
So many classic, hilarious moments,
She's
like
the-
when the Twin Towers turned.
That's
Oh,
aged
that was a
so
little
badly.
awkward.
Not going to age well.
That
So
did
badly.
not age well.
They're kind of destroyed.
I was like, that's weird.
No, because literally they didn't show anything else getting disintegrated except for the Twin Towers. Why? Why was it just the Twin Towers
Guys,
and nothing else?
I know that you thought this was cool, but in about 8 years, you're really going to regret that you did this.
If listen,
No,
listen.
honey, you can't watch that movie. It has the Twin Towers getting destroyed.
Yeah, listen. If there was a time machine, I would travel back in time just to tell them not to do that.
yeah.
That's if I only had one trip, that would be it.
That's what you're like, look,
don't
keep
do
the
it.
rest of the movie the way it
That's
is.
fine. It's gonna be a cult classic. It'll be fine. You just want to change just one.
So-
little thing.
I
So
like
bad.
that
why
you would.
Why would you? Why would you do that? Just trust me. Just trust me.
I like that you
and then
go.
Captain America's in the background going, seriously, I was here. I was going to try to tell him.
I love that Joe's like way to fix this is be like, I'd go back in time and make sure they don't put that in the movie instead of go back to 2001 and like stop it from
And
happening.
warn everyone in the Twin Towers.
He's like warning people.
Don't use your time travel device to stop 9/11, but to stop the joke.
Wow, Joe.
Very good.
And on
Very
your way
good.
out, you'd also make sure that they took the Twin Towers shot out of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie.
No, I'll leave that one in.
Any reference from film, we got to get them out.
No, just this movie.
Just get rid of those puppies. Trust me, you're not going to want them.
None of you.
Why do we have to take it out? I can't tell you. You might ruin
Just
it.
trust me.
It's going to be a big surprise.
Yes.
You'll be shocked.
He starts devolving humans. He starts turning Scapelli into a freaking monkey.
So that was the big comeuppance. I still can't say that damn word. To the whole mobster.
Yeah, the mob,
but
yes.
That was like the punishment for being a jerk, right? Was he get devolved to a monkey?
What about the reaction of the crowd that these dinosaur aliens show up, shoot someone with a monkey gun, and they just laugh?
They go, he turned them into a monkey.
This is Brooklyn.
Monkeys are funny. Get him a banana.
Hey, with these guys, they're pretty cool.
He's
Shoot
a monkey.
someone else.
in a
Shoot someone
suit.
else.
Soon, are you kidding me?
Michael Jackson comes in. I'll take it.
You come home with me.
But no, this is Brooklyn. They've seen worse. Okay?
Maybe that's
they've
what it
seen
is.
worse.
As long as he likes schmear and his bagels, we're good.
If he said, hey, are you a Dodgers fan? Okay, no problem. You can stick around.
Oh my gosh! They freaking get sent back to Outworld, and he's about to shoot Mario with the devolving gun, and Mario's like, "Trust the fungus," and pulls out a mushroom that turns humongous. Instead of the mushroom turning him humongous,
And it's just a shield?
Yeah.
like
So
it
Captain
does in
Amer-
the game.
Yeah, Captain America shield.
Such a missed opportunity to literally have him just eat the
mushroom
mushroom and then turn big.
Super Mario, right? Like the name of the movie.
Yes.
Super Mario. Oh no, we're gonna make the mushroom big and turn it into a shield.
James is pulling a
What
full
were they
Shia LaBeouf.
thinking?
Do it. Right? What were they thinking?
What goes through your mind? Like they clearly have never played the game.
They made the
must have
wrong
not.
decision. Mathematically, they should have done it accidentally a few times.
Yeah.
Got it right. But they made the wrong decision every single time.
How do we keep finding movies like this?
Statistically speaking, they should have got something right.
Right.
This was a broken clock that still worked too incorrectly to ever be right.
Right.
Yeah.
Toad starts to harmonize the troops. Sorry.
Yeah.
Luigi jumps to Mario with his rocket boots. So nonchalant, too, in the air. He's just like...
He looked bored.
Why is everybody flying? You're like,
Wait,
bro?
am I still doing this?
Didn't he, though?
No, Lucas, that's exactly.
I'm just ascending right now.
For like 5 minutes. That's it. That's the
face.
clip that, right?
100%.
Oh, my gosh.
Like they're ascending
Yeah.
into heaven.
Well,
All righty then.
Am I like the greatest?
Do I look so sick right now?
My career is gonna go off after this.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm goated.
about to be the Super Luigi brothers.
Yeah, right about now.
I'm gonna marry Mario, make him change his last name to Luigi. You know what I'm saying?
Luigi.
Wait, am I the star of the Mario movie?
I don't even have a mustache.
Am I that guy?
Am I him?
Am I him?
I think he is him
I
in
am
that moment
so
for sure.
tripping balls
Everyone-
right now.
Everyone in the crowd is looking at him like, behold, he be him.
Yeah.
And he yells, "Plumbers!" And they blast Bowser with the devolving ray. And the bomb crawls underneath him, and it has Reeboks on.
I didn't catch that. I'm really glad I did.
Actually,
On the bottom,
No,
of
it
the-
does.
On the bottom of the bomb's
100%.
feet,
Yep.
there are Reeboks.
Product placement.
That is the one spot in the entire movie they did product placement.
Yep.
Was sneakers on the bomb at the very end.
They needed to pull as much. They were so over budget. It was ridiculous. They were begging for money. They went to Disney.
Yeah.
And this is one of the problems. They went to Disney.
Will you
to
whore
basically
out
said-
Mickey Mouse to put him in this movie?
Yeah, they were like they tried to get them to give them money, and that's what some of the problem because the Disney whatever hired their own writers
Right.
and rewrote it
Look.
and screwed everything up, and then they had to hire new ones, and then they went back to a couple writers.
Look, we'll put Ariel in this movie. All right, we just need $10 million.
Give us Goofy, Donald, and Mickey. We got some gimp suits we can put them in. It'll be real
Be the
classy.
garbage man. You won't even see their faces.
Just
They'll be
name
grinding
them
on each other in these club scenes.
name them after Disney characters, and then you're good.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right? We'll make this the Super Bambi Brothers.
Yeah.
But instead, Reebok's like, I got $20. If you get $20, I'll give you $20 for this production.
Oh my
The
God.
one
If you
thing-
put Reeboks on something, they're like, we'll
yes,
take it.
The
Well,
one
anything.
thing that I praised for being accurate to the game shows up with Reeboks on.
Yeah.
At the end. Right?
It was a kick in the dick.
That's
It's
awesome.
like people
It
only
was a
do
kick in
things
the dick.
because they get paid, and that's just really sad.
I love Wayne's World.
No?
I
I immediately
Wayne's
thought of
World.
Dana Carvey sitting back
Yep.
in the Reebok, full-on Reebok jumpsuit.
I love it.
So,
Little.
not Bowser turns into a
Well, he
T-Rex.
blasts him back into the hopper. Okay.
Yep.
And then he
Dennis
turns into
Hopper.
a T-Rex. They blast him again.
Was it a T-Rex though? It
Because he had
did
said
not
he-
look like a T-Rex.
No, it didn't. But he had
Yeah.
said he'd evolve from a T-Rex.
Yeah.
It looked like a blow up T Rex
Yeah.
that you get from like a
Yeah.
fair.
Like the one
Yeah.
you run around in where it's all full of air.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Then they hit him with it again, and he devolves again into primordial ooze, essentially.
Yes.
And then
the
they
Ninja
all
Turtles come by.
celebrate, right? And the king comes back.
For no reason.
It's Lance Hendrickson.
Lance Hendrickson. I thought like an alien was going to come out of his chest or something.
He literally turns back into him and he just sits back in his chair like,
He's like, oh, sorry.
That was weird.
That was weird.
Why on God's green earth would you hire Lance Hendrickson to play this, not just one scene, but one line, 5 seconds?
Let me just. I'm glad they did because I know what kind of awards we do.
Yes.
And
Well, there was a lot
it
of
gave
ones.
me. It gave me one. I'm just saying. It gave me.
You think he was worth an award? He did nothing. He sat there.
I don't. I know what you're talking about.
There was
We're gonna have
no
to find out.
reason for him to turn back though.
No,
No one de-evolved him.
that's true.
So what? Like
curse
They
was
never
broken.
evolved.
Oh yeah. By the
But
way,
they didn't set that up as that's how that works. They should have had to zap him with the evolution gun.
Well, the thing is that in the original, whatever, this was just like a curse, right? Like all the villagers were cursed into like being mushrooms and whatever. They're turned into blocks, and And
What?
and this was the actual right, James. Oh, God,
I don't care.
I don't know if
Okay.
you're trolling me or not.
No, it is.
Okay.
But there was a curse. The princess was supposed to break the curse and turn everybody back to normal. Bowser had this magical power. That's what this whole thing was about. So
Okay.
they kind of like
Koopa?
once Koopa.
Because you know who Bowser was? Lance Hendrickson. Because if you watch the credits,
Yeah,
his
you're
name is
right.
King Bowser
What?
in the credits.
You serious? I didn't even catch that.
Yes.
Never
So
mind.
After all this
Cut
bullcrap,
everything I just said for the past 5 minutes because I was completely wrong.
after all this bullcrap of not having the character in the movie, that is Bowser. It's just collapsed. I know.
Hold on a second.
I was
Here.
like,
Having
are
a
you
stroke.
freaking
Here.
kidding me?
James, this was the copy you gave me.
You're kidding.
No.
James,
Look up.
this is
that's
the copy you gave me,
of the
right?
DVD
Okay, hold on a
right
second.
there.
Wait.
I'm gonna wipe this on my ass.
Can I see the DVD so I can slit my wrists after watching this?
I don't want this.
Slit.
We are going to do Office Space
Yes.
to this
Yes.
thing after the show.
The
I'm
bad
pull it
one.
up on IMDb. I'm scrolling down. Here's the cast list. And where's Lance Hendrickson?
King
Bowser, are you
No.
So
Clear as crystal. You wanted the regular Bowser? Well, you get nothing.
that's it.
You lose.
You lose. Good day, sir.
That's like what they said to every child that walked into a movie theater. That's honestly who my heart breaks for, is every kid sitting in that movie theater with their Mario hat on or their Mario lunchbox and going, gosh, I can't wait to see this. The confusion must have been incredible.
I am literally reliving my 25th birthday right now when I went to
Yes.
Great America and had my
Yes.
mom.
For your Ninja Turtles thing.
The directors are like, he's looking for King Bowser. You're only gonna get King Koopa.
We're going to make so much money.
Daisy opens the portal and they all go through, but Daisy can't go. She has to stay there.
No one asked her to. Yeah, she she's like trying to be.
Even her dad was like, no, you can go.
I really don't want you here.
You don't have to stay here.
Her dad just said, because he's a dinosaur.
Her dad's like, actually, we got rid of you for a reason.
That's right.
Which they never touch on. Well, I mean, I guess they got rid of her because Bowser. Sure.
But Luigi's like,
No reason.
but I want to be with you.
No reason.
Right? Luigi wants I want to be with you. I can't. They kiss. If you love her, Mario says, if you love her, you'll understand. Love her?
Love bombing is what that is.
Yes.
Literally, they've known each other
Yes.
for like 2 years.
Yes.
Seriously.
What?
Bye, I guess.
Does she even have like
Bye.
Live with the
proper-
dinosaur. Live with the dinosaurs or whatever.
She's an archaeologist.
Okay.
That's why.
Does she-
Let's just put them
does she actually have like the proper sexual organs?
She doesn't have a belly button, so probably not.
She's gonna pop out an egg that's got
How does-
Luigi
I
and
was gonna
Daisy
say-
inside.
back.
She probably has a dinosaur weenie. I don't know. She's a dinosaur.
I'm just saying. I don't
What if there
know.
are
We don't
spikes?
know what's underneath
What if
that
there's
skirt.
Spikes in the undercarriage.
Who's lifting up the skirts of the dinosaurs to make sure they're all female?
Hey, all I'm saying is life finds a way.
hell?
Okay, life finds a way.
Well,
She's like, I'm gonna ride you instead.
What if
None of these Koopas ever stop to think if they should. Okay, only if they could.
Daisy's like, Luigi, I hope you like crapping out big eggs.
Yeah.
You're the mama.
what if you know, at first he marries her, but then there's some environmental changes. And then she changes, like those frogs in the
Oh, yeah.
whatever, you know?
That's some DNA.
Well, hi there. I'm Mr. DNA.
I don't know.
So what we did is we
Okay.
took frog DNA
Yeah.
and filled the gaps.
Woo.
You know what we did? We had the movie of Mario Brothers. We took Bad Movies Rule and we put it in the middle.
We put it in the
We
gap.
made something great.
That's what happened. That's
That's
what
what we
happened.
did.
That's
They
what we
found this movie crystallized in mosquito urine or whatever it was. They did.
did. Mosquito urine.
Isn't that what that was?
No.
Swearing too much.
no,
It's
it's,
in
like sap.
amber.
Like
Sap.
tree
Okay,
sap.
all right, whatever.
Okay.
Urine.
Luigi is
Who's
moping
milking the
severely
mosquitoes for this
dehydrated.
urine?
We're so close to the end.
Who's milking the
We're
mosquitoes?
not just gonna skip over. We're not,
Skip over it.
Can't do it.
we're not skipping over what you just said.
To finish it, Luigi's moping, but her girlfriend's there. The news knows everything that happened, even about the alternate dimension. Daisy shows up. They need their help, and that's it. Movie's over.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that a bunch of mosquitoes severely dehydrated, piss it into a cup, and then one gets stuck in it?
We're moving on from this.
Okay. Have any of you guys seen the new Super Mario movie?
Yes.
So you guys have.
Yes.
So tell me why the endings are similar in the fact that they both come to the human world, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I think they honestly got inspiration from this movie.
You think
Well,
that Super Mario ripped off this old one?
Yeah.
No, they've done a lot of this. Tron, they came back to the human
Yeah, I
world.
guess so.
It's
When did
it's
Tron
a
come out?
Before
82?
this.
1982.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
You could take that
let's
and
try
shove
it.
it up your
He put that
shovel.
on his butt, by the way.
Oh, jeez. James just
Do you want
punted
this anymore?
That's your copy. I have 3 copies of that thing.
Oh, he's gonna break it.
All right, hold on. A
Not on the table?
A shard is going to go into someone's eye. All right, perfect. All right, let's try and improve this movie, guys.
Take it.
Guys, let's try and improve this movie by casting Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. Okay.
Have him. Be,
They were trying to actually cast Arnold Schwarzenegger in this movie as Bowser. Or
Were they really?
whatever. Bowser, right?
King Koopa.
King Koopa.
Who knows?
That was one of the people they tried to approach.
Do you like my dino hair? Look at this. It's
Honestly, I liked his hair.
it's like the
I
spikes.
thought it was cool.
You like Bowser? Do you like Koopa's hair?
Yeah, I liked it.
You know what they say about little girls getting kissed
no.
by
I
lizards?
Look at my tongue.
No, I
I'm going
don't.
to use her later.
You're so fresh.
I
You're
don't
so-
mean I liked it in like a ooh, like I liked it. I mean like I thought it was cool because they had orange tips too.
You're so fresh and you're so clean. Okay.
It's like a Kid Cudi song.
So I'm going to come over here later and I'm going to use you.
Oh,
my
frick,
God.
no.
You know what I love about the mud baths? Is it's clean and dirty at the same time. Ah.
Is it I hate plumbers. Ah! You blew my cover. When he turns into the T-Rex.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I think
I've got tiny arms.
I think Arnold as King Koopa is probably the way to go.
That's
Yeah.
probably the pick.
Because they're not Italian. I mean, look, Leguizamo's not Italian, and neither is
Nope.
Mario.
No.
But he's not the right shape. It would have had to been Bob Hoskins as Mario and Arnold as Luigi.
Have Arnold be Toad.
Okay. Listen, I've heard of a daisy before. I mean, I don't like to go look at daisies, but sometimes if I'm near some flowers,
I
and
punch 'em.
I punch him in the face.
No, have Arnold be Daisy.
Would you like to have dinner with me? I don't know who my father is. I don't know who my mother.
I've got these big dinosaur bones, though. If you want to come see my hole later.
Come look at my hole. Maybe I show you some dinosaur bones. Maybe I break off your arm. Let's see what the patrons had to say. How about that?
Yes,
We got
come on, patrons.
Vince Hines playing along. He says this movie needs more than the Terminator to save it. I would
Yeah.
want Arnold as Mario. Maybe we can get some good one-liners and decent stunt work while seeing him try to fix pipes with tools. Something we haven't seen him do in movies.
Hey.
Listen, did you call a plumber because these pipes are about to burst?
I'm here to pump you up.
That's right.
Yes.
All right, here we go. Mitch Wilkerson playing
Hey,
along.
Mitch Wilkerson.
Arnold as Bertha.
Oh,
Yeah.
Easy choice.
Yes.
100%.
Get to watch him jump in the moon boots, wear a spiky red outfit, dance with Hoskins, knock out a coat check lady who technically is a dinosaur, so that checks out punching the animal box. Yeah, he loves to punch.
Hey.
Let's go.
Yeet an old lady.
Yeet an old lady. Imagine how far she'd be going. She'd be thrown by those biceps. Yelling Mario's iconic Yahoo! Ah! During the jump would be chef's kiss. Listen, it's a me, Mario. Be great.
It's a me and Mario.
We got Grant White playing along, and he says Arnold as Koopa. You shouldn't look like your uncle who manages a vape shop.
Good call.
He needs to be terrifying. Imagine Arnold stomping around in a pinstripe suit, threatening plumbers with real muscles instead of hair gel. He'd bring the kind of apex predator energy this movie only pretended to have. You should really try to pull yourself together, slime bucket. That'd be good.
Love it.
And then we've also got Derek Grant coming in.
Hey.
Listen, I know King Koopa is a perfect fit for Arnie, but give me Arnold as Big Bertha all
Yeah.
day.
All day, son.
That's right.
want
Bob
to see those
Hoskins
two.
like, look, you want to punch me again? Because yeah, I'm like, no.
I'm strangely turned on by this.
And then finally, Billy Gerson jumps in and says, Arnold as Koopa. Hopper, who is normally great as an antagonist, was totally not intimidating in this. So who better to be Koopa than the most intimidating man in the universe? Plus, I really want to hear Arnold order the Koopa special. Where's my pizza? Right?
That was such a lame.
Why?
It was so lame.
Why? What was the pizza?
We didn't
thing
even
for?
talk about it because it was so
Because
dumb.
it was so stupid. That was the one line that was so stupid I had to put in was the she really makes an impression. But there was lots of those kinds of
They were trying real hard and failing miserably.
Well, let's give out some awards, you guys. And we'll start with the most prestigious award we give out. The one for the actor that, even though they were in this ridiculous movie, was still giving it all they could. It's the Will Patton Award for intensity.
You want a war? I'll give you a war!
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night! And if they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm gonna take every last one of you out. You make sure
They remember for forever the night they played the Titans. What are you doing with a gun in space?
Regrets.
What are you doing with a monkey gun in New York? That's ridiculous. He's got a suit on, though. It's funny.
Oh, it's hilarious. Reminds me of my grandmother.
Like in the movie.
Hey, Ma, I got this weird cat outside.
Vince Hines says no one did anything that stood out. You could throw a dart and hit a trash can before you got any intensity. But with all that, I will plant my flag on old man Mario. At least he played the guy who just wanted to get back to his life decently. So we got a Bob Hoskins vote from Vince Hines as we head over to Jenna. Who's your vote for the Will Patton Award?
I do think this one's going to be like spread out because there wasn't really necessarily anybody. You don't think so?
I'm saying this is a hard one.
No, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, because I think that there isn't really anybody that's like sticks out as particularly intense, but I am going to go with Mario too. Yeah. I think he was, I don't know. I think he was intense, but he was just trying to be a plumber at the end of the day. So, yeah.
You know what else he was? Drunk.
Yes,
Really?
he was.
He drank himself
Him and John.
through this whole production.
Actually?
Because they were so bummed about how it was going.
They were so bored. They had so much downtime.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they would get plastered drunk.
Not only that, Mario and Luigi crashed that truck, drunk driving it around set, and Hoskins broke a finger or something.
Yeah,
didn't he?
something on his hand.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was, they hated the directors. And it was, again, like you want to hear that and go, oh, be professional. But from what I heard, working with these people, they literally were just trying to get through the shoot
Yeah.
with their sanity intact. So,
Yeah.
crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. So let's see what Mitch Wilkerson had to say after 2 votes for Bob Hoskins. He says there was zero intensity in this movie, a ton behind the scenes, but not in it. That being said, I'm giving it to Bob Hoskins. I really believed he hated the Scapellis when he said their name and made that face. Rest in peace, you underrated legend.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a big Bob Hoskins fan in
Yes.
general.
100%.
Madeline.
So, yeah, this movie is so bad. I'm going with Fiona Shaw. She wasn't good
Was that
at
Lena?
all. Yeah,
Okay, Lena. Got it.
she was terrible. She looked pretty wild. I mean, she seemed like she was trying to be wild in it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't like anybody though. This movie sucked.
Wow.
Sound like the life has drained out of you.
I just want this to be over.
This movie has just really.
I hated every second of this.
I'm excited for the day where I forget about this movie and that I watched it.
I want Alzheimer's.
I want a lobotomy after this thing.
Grant White.
Do you ever crave the taste of lead?
Yikes. Dennis Hopper is who Grant White goes with here. Was it great acting? Maybe not. Was it full-on heat? Absolutely. Hopper looked like he was trying to win an Oscar in a movie where Goombas wear trench coats.
Yeah, I mean,
I love it. So far, man, Grant White is crushing it with his vape shop joke and that in the running for best awards of the movie award.
yeah.
Joe.
Of the Patreon
That's right.
write-in awards. I honestly, I'm torn. Fiona Shaw, interesting. Bob Hopkins, disease,
Lymphoma.
interesting.
I got that from watching this movie.
I think I'm gonna have to go with Dennis Hopper.
Hopper.
I
3-2.
you know, between him doing this and Waterworld, he's nuts.
Bro, this was
He's-
in a year of Waterworld, I think.
It's almost like the same damn character.
Yeah.
But he had 2 eyes in this
Guys,
one.
this is the same year he did Speed.
Oh my gosh, she was so good in Speed.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was 93 also.
It must be the directing or something.
Yeah.
Like,
No, for sure.
Okay, forgive me. I'm not like up on Dennis Hopper's career, but tell me he had a good career after all of this.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, great, because you got to be one brilliant of a brilliant man to go from like Speed to do Waterworld and Super Mario Brothers and still have a job afterwards.
Well, I think Waterworld was a good movie for him. And I think it's a good movie in general. But yes, it bombed for sure. But yeah, it was rough for him. Well, that makes it 3-2.
Tough couple years he went through.
And Derek Grant comes in and says, "Uh-oh. Does he not have Will Patton on here?" He forgot it's Will Patton.
Grant.
Derek. That's all right. No, he actually subbed in at the last minute. Like literally somebody dropped out and a day ago he jumped in. So
Nope, no excuses.
all right. Well, let's see here what Billy Gerson has to say. Fiona Shaw as Lena. That makes it 3-2.
Okay.
With Hoskins still in the lead. Yes, she is a character that does not exist in any of the games, but man, is she entertaining. She chewed large holes in the scenery and continued to get more intense with each scene. Aside from Bob Hoskins and the crazy old lady that tried to mug him, no one even comes close to being as engaged in the role as she was. And I, the whole time, was waiting to cast my vote for Fiona Shaw as well, if nothing other than her electrocution scene and her absolute bat crap insane run into the cavern and trying to jam it in there. Mega intense, which makes it a 3-3 tie. Now, did any at the table not vote for Hoskins or Lena? I think it's just you.
I think it's just me.
So you have to break the vote. So if you had to pick between Bob Hoskins and Lena, who would you pick and give the award to?
What was yours?
There's no right answer here.
I did Hoskins
We're
and they
all
did
losers.
Lena.
They did
for watching
Hoskins,
this.
and we both went
I
with
had Lena.
Lena Hoskins? So either I stay friends with you or you two.
It's not about
No,
that.
it's
It's not like-
whatever
Oh,
you
it's
think. It's whatever you
exactly
think.
about
like
that.
It's whichever you thought was more intense.
No, it's okay.
It's a you decision.
There's a pecking order.
Look,
if I
this is-
won't be invited to the cool kids
If you
table
want
after
to be
this.
on
I will
more
not be.
episodes,
Exactly. I know.
I have no control over that, so you can go with Lena.
no, man,
You
pick
are.
what you want.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna kiss his ass.
Oh my gosh!
and
Don't be like
I'm
that.
definitely gonna go with Lena because I want to keep my job.
for you.
Okay.
All right, that means that Fiona Shaw is
That's
going to
the
win.
only reason why I'm doing it.
What a weird episode this has become.
What a butt kisser.
I love it. All right.
Get a little brown.
The next award we give out is for the worst act. This one will be way easier. The worst actor in the movie, the one who had the acting range of a trash can full of dirt.
Now this one has no wrong answer.
Like Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
The worst. Let's get it.
Trash can, oh trash can, it's a trash can full of dirt. Yeah.
Yay! You finally did it.
Today, love is eternal, and that's a long time.
I was wishing that Seagal would show up in this movie. That's where I was with this.
yeah, that would have
George
made
Carlin showed up in this movie.
it would have made it the movie better to have Seagal in this.
Oh, yeah, that's insane to even say out
and
loud.
we
I
can
feel
just put
dirty
all
saying
that.
that.
Oh yeah.
Vince Hines says, after some thought, I will say Fiona Shaw as Lena.
That's fair.
She was given a few scenes to act menacing or evil, but was just there. The script didn't help, but at least everyone else gave some expressions. We only got smoldering looks and a cheesy death scene.
I don't know if I believe.
I mean, the death scene was just her skeleton being plastered against the wall.
Yeah, do a little acting up there, you stupid skeleton.
Jenna, who was the worst actor in this movie?
Dennis Hopper.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. He had a lot of not like one-liners, and just like I felt like they were delivered really poorly, and also the lack of eye contact and a lot of his like acting. It just like I didn't really like
He
it.
didn't look at anybody.
Yeah, it just.
There's
I
a really
know.
weird thing about this performance. He barely go back and watch. He barely ever makes eye contact.
Yeah, it's weird.
Do you know why?
I have no idea why.
Because Tyrannosaurus Rexes only can see movement.
Oh, is that why? I thought it was just shame from being in the movie.
When everyone just stopped moving, he's like, "Wait, where'd you go?"
Shit, where is everybody?
Where is it?
Oh, I'm alone. Finally,
Mitch Wilkerson.
sir, stop! Don't unbutton your pants.
Oh, we got a second vote from Mitch here for Fiona Shaw as Lena. Never once did I actually believe that she hated Daisy. Daisy. She said the words, she did the things, but it was terrible. The best thing she did was drop her jaw as a skeleton on the wall. Ooh. She didn't even do that. No emotion, no facial movements, no talent. Boom, roasted. Yeah, so I agree with you, Mitch. She was bad. But I like how they both cited the skeleton scene, and she had nothing to do. One used it as a negative, one as a positive.
Do a little better with your skeleton acting.
Yeah, come on.
I love it.
Be better at wall art.
It's a good joke. Thank you, Mitch. All right, Madeline. So far, Lena is in the lead here.
There's no wrong answer. I'm going with Richard Edson.
Oh,
Who's
Spike.
Yeah.
Spike Koopa.
He sucked.
I like him. He was in Howard the Duck and sucked in that too, but I like the guy.
I have no problem with him as a person or an actor. I just in this.
Yeah.
But that's the problem is I literally could say anybody on this cast and it'd be right.
And the answer is
Yeah, you can't really disagree.
Pretty much.
And I feel bad because knowing that the actors had such a struggle with the directors, like that's lame, dude.
Grant White comes in and says Samantha Mathis as Daisy. She's supposed to be the emotional core, but her performance was pretty much mute. Zero emotionality. It felt like she was just going through the motions with no real feeling behind it.
Oh my gosh.
So
I just missed a whole thing I wanted to say.
say it now.
When they zoom into the tower, like the Twin Towers, but it's in.
Oh, it's like Koopa's tower.
It zooms into Daisy standing there, and I literally almost crawled off my couch. I was like, she's huge. Like she was giant. Like it panned into the window, and she was like a T-Rex.
Yeah.
Like Big Bertha.
It was just the scaling was way off. Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. It's true. So, Joe, it's kind of all over the place. Right now, I think the only one that has 2 votes is Lena.
Well,
a few people left to vote. Who do you think was the worst?
You know me. I'd like to keep it true and real and truly help out the show by being fully honest. And that it's definitely going to be Hulk Hogan standing with muscles. And, but a close...
Never gets old to me.
Close runner-up.
I'm sick of it.
I'm actually going to give it to Luigi.
To Leguizamo.
Leguizamo.
All right.
But I want to be with you, baby.
That quarter thing, his fake relationship with the princess over there. Oh, he was so bad, man.
You're not wrong. Nobody's
He's
wrong.
so bad.
Yep.
Out of all the garbage, he stunk the most. Because I liked him. I liked the guy. I like his other work, and he just let me down on this one.
I was excited that he was in it, and then I was disappointed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Derek Grant says, I'm going with John Leguizamo on this one. Look at that. I feel Hoskins came in and despite all the things that happened behind the scenes, did Hoskins things. Meanwhile, Leguizamo just didn't. He did a bad job portraying the iconic brother sidekick of Mario. Well, just because he didn't act like Luigi at all. Like not even at all.
Not even a little. Not even one scene of him going,
woo. But I'm going to make this a 3-way tie because the person I'm voting for only has 1 vote right now, and that's Samantha Mathis as Daisy. She sucked. She's supposed to be the main character of the movie, pretty much, right? Like the whole thing centers around her journey.
Yeah.
And she's just flat as a board emotionally.
Okay, so I think she had C's.
She acted like her character in Punisher was shot up on the dock with her son. That was the same level of acting. That dead body she played in the Punisher.
Oh my God.
Was in the same level.
Oh my.
I was like, I recognize what she's doing here. This is after she got shot.
Like
in the
a
Punisher.
cold corpse?
Right. When she was Frank Castle's dead wife. That's what this was on the level with.
Oh my God.
Okay. Let's see if Billy Gerson's going to pick one of the 3 people, because currently it's tied with, we got 2 Leguizamos, 2 Samantha Mathises, and 2 Lenas. 2 Lenas. Yeah. Only 1 Hopper vote.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. Billy Gerson says, I was really tempted to give this to Hopper with the phone-in performance, but Samantha Mathis is far more deserving of it. Is she hot? Yes. Is her line delivery terrible? Also, yes. I almost let her hotness distract me from that, but I have a job to do.
Nice.
Won't let that stop me
Focused.
from delivering them the trash can that they rightly deserve, even if they are as hot as Jennifer Garner.
Boo! Jennifer Garner's not hot.
She is.
No, she's not.
She is.
look at my wallet. Look at my wallet. No
Dog.
capital 1. No capital 1.
Yeah.
No.
Don't listen to them. She is.
That was a debate on The Office, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, Hillary Swank.
Hillary Swank.
Oh, okay.
Also, same level of unattractiveness.
That means that Fiona Shaw is going to
agree with
win,
you.
or not Fiona Shaw, Samantha Mathis is going to win the trash can.
Congratulations.
Should have been Hulk Hogan.
Wow. I don't know if she won for Broken Arrow. This might be her second trash can win. So I'm going to have to go back and look because
Not me.
I don't think it would have been Slater or
That's too
Travolta
much
winning
work.
that one. So somebody out there in internet land, let us know if this is Samantha Mathis' second trash can win. While we move on to our next award, the Bixby Snyder One Scene Wonder, which is for someone that appeared in one, maybe two, but the idea is very little screen time and they made a big impression. Let's give some praise to those small actors out there. Let's get it.
I'd buy that for $1.
There is some kind of bug that we haven't seen yet.
Okay, USA.
Paper. I've never seen paper.
Frankly, I find the idea of a bug that thinks offensive.
Prepare to die, Powers!
So he hid it. In one place he knew he could hide something, his ass.
All right.
Absolutely fantastic.
Is that new?
That's new.
Yeah, I haven't heard that. That's good.
Lovely.
Yeah, thank you. So we'll start off here with Vince Hines. And Vince says, I don't know how long one scene counts in these awards, but I was between the guy on the bike whose job it was to flip over rails and mug her grandma. Ultimately, mugging grandma gets my vote as she goes full on crazy for some Koopa coins. Yeah, mugging grandma's a great choice because she did have a crazy ass look in her eye.
Yes.
Do you have any weapons on you?
Yeah.
What are we, muggers?
Right.
Let's go mug 'em.
So,
That was mine too.
oh,
he took it
mugging
from me.
grandma.
Yeah, no, 'cause she just I thought it was hilarious. She's like, you guys have any weapons on you? No. Just jabs them with her freaking gun or
Right,
whatever.
her gun.
And then she later on just like jumps in a car and just starts like hitting people. All for Koopa coins. I know.
love it.
She
Amen.
ate.
Love it. Mitch Wilkerson says Sylvia Harmon as old lady robber. Her quick turn from helpful to dangerous is cliche, but I loved it. I believe she needed those coins. Then we get to watch Bertha toss her off a second story platform where she immediately starts blasting upon landing. Old lady for the win.
Nice.
Oh, this might be a sweep at this point. Madeline.
Sylvia Harmon.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
She was literally the only person I would have watched a full 108 minutes or whatever this movie was.
Right. Bring her back instead of Bertha, right?
The whole rest of this movie was just like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
I hear you. No, that's fine.
Tell me how you really feel. Don't hold back.
Grant White says Sylvia Harmon as the old lady starts off all sweet, then full Grand Theft Auto mode without missing a beat. And even after she gets yeeted over a railing, she still tries to make the best of it by carjacking the vehicle she lands in. That's a lot of character for a 2-minute throwaway scene. It really was.
I'm different.
You are. That's okay.
Lance Henderson.
I just, man, he sat on that chair.
Man, come on. Come on. It was up there when Captain Picard comes in on what was that movie? Robin Hood Men in Tights.
X-Men.
No, Robin Hood Men in Tights. When King Richard.
Oh,
whatever.
he played Patrick Stewart.
Patrick
I
Stewart
thought you
comes
meant
in.
the
I was just
character.
like, all of a sudden, like, and Patrick's like,
Yes.
like has that like this huge named character comes in at the last minute, just plays some little
Yes,
bit role.
but like when,
that's what I love
when
about
Stewart did that, it was a funny moment. Even when Sean Connery comes in at the end of Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, it's a cool
Yes.
moment. He literally just sat there and went, "Ooh, that was weird," or what? I don't remember. What
And
his
I thought it was
line
hilarious.
What was his line? Does anybody remember?
I
what
don't
he said?
care.
no one remembers.
I think it was literally like, that was weird or
Yeah,
something, like just
something
like a
like that.
throwaway.
Hey,
All right.
Hey,
No,
hey,
look, you pick what
hey.
you want to pick, man.
Yeah, thank you.
You're entitled to be wrong. It's okay.
You keep preaching about it.
Derek.
Practice what you preach, James.
Derek Grant. Oh, this one's easy. The old lady that pulls the gun on the Mario Brothers when they first get to the Mushroom Kingdom. In less than a minute on screen, she tries to wipe out the Mario Brothers, gets the meteorite piece lost, wipes some poor sap out driving a car, multiple vehicle crash, and gets out like it's no big deal while simply being credited as old lady. Love it. Yeah, so I was tempted to go with that. There's one guy that has a really ridiculous laughing take in the construction site when the guy gets turned into a monkey.
Yes,
I almost
that's
picked
kinda
him.
funny. That's kinda
but
funny.
I'm going with old lady for sure because like somebody already said it. It's just so much character jammed into one scene. I want to know so much more about this woman. and what the hell her life is like.
Why does she need those Koopa coins so bad?
That's what I'm saying, right? She needed her fix.
What kind of fungus you on?
And then Billy Gerson says Sylvia Harmon as the old lady. Look at that. Only one person kept
all
this
of
from
you
being
are wrong.
a clean sweep.
Yeah, okay.
No, it's not a
I
clean
said
sweep.
only one person kept this from being a clean
Oh,
sweep.
okay. I didn't hear that part.
That's all right. This crazy lady is someone I would have loved to see more. She was always been the most memorable character in the movie for me. That means
I'm
Sylvia
glad.
Harmon gets her moment in the sun. This is the purpose of the award. Boom.
Boo! She sucked. This movie sucked. Everything sucks.
You're not wrong.
Well, it's time for an award we only do once in a while, which is the Sherilyn Fenn Hot Babe Award. Who was a lot of girls in that prison, a lot of old ladies roaming the streets, Bertha in her dress. Who was the hottest chick in this movie?
Oh.
Jenna's excited about this award.
You can see it in her face.
If Vince signs.
Can I do the hottest dude?
Yes, of
We'll
course.
do the Rain Award after this.
Mitch, well, you can just do them together at the same time. Mitch Wilkerson came in and said, the kidnapped Charles. Stop not having that. I'm not even going to say it out loud, Mitch. We're not changing it. The kidnapped woman in the purple workout leotard. I couldn't figure out her name, but to quote Casey Jones, oh, who's the babe? Hot guy, Leguizamo. He's always such an adorable rascal, even when he's slapping mobsters' sons. Yeah, the girl in the spandex. There's one when they first go into the prison.
Yep.
She just got like her leg over her head. She's
Yep.
stretching.
Yep.
I don't know if she does anything else in the entire movie.
That's all she
about
needed to do, honestly.
Flexible girl.
All right, Jenna.
Okay, I'm gonna say Leguizamo.
Luigi?
Yeah.
You thought he was
No, I didn't think he was hot. I thought he was cute. Like, I think like his mannerisms and also how he was acting with Daisy, I thought it was cute.
You wanted him to love bomb you like crazy.
Did you think any of the
No.
women were worth noting?
Mario's girlfriend, I thought she was pretty.
Grant White said Fiona Shaw as Lena.
Whoa.
Mostly because her wardrobe deserves a standing ovation. She rocked those outfits like a boss, making even the weirdest scenes like a little more stylish.
Yeah.
If only her wardrobe could hold up to the rest of the movie.
I don't know.
Like it did her bust line. Whew. And he also gives Bob Hoskins the Hot Guy Award.
Okay.
He's not your typical Hollywood heartthrob, but his look was faithful when it comes to the source material and seemed like the only male in the whole movie who wouldn't break down and cry if his toilet leaked. That's a man right there. A man.
Man.
Now you're a man.
Man.
Madeline.
To his point, I was worried about Lena's wardrobe for a while. Like every scene they were higher, and I'm like, something's gonna rip here. But not her.
That must have been painful.
Yeah, I was like, man.
Poor girl.
Yeah, that was probably why she did such a terrible performance. But no, I would say Mario's girlfriend.
Yeah. No.
She's
Daniela.
pretty. Yeah.
Daniela.
Yeah.
That's a
And
good
then
vote.
for man, I'd say Leguizamo.
Leguizamo.
Yeah, he's a handsome.
All right. Derek Grant says.
I wouldn't be mad if he showed up and was like, "What's up?" Like, what are we doing?
Derek Grant says ultimately going with Dana Kaminsky, who played Mario's girlfriend Daniela. That's 2 votes. That dress. Woohoo! Woohoo! I love it.
That's where Mario gets it.
I know.
Yep.
Joe.
Yes, sir.
Sherilyn Fenn Hot
Okay.
We're
listen,
still doing the podcast.
I don't believe nobody has pointed this fine lady out. I'm definitely 100%, without a doubt, going with Sylvia Harmon. 100%.
The old mugger lady.
Talk
Nice.
about
Class.
Yep. Mama.
Looking like a junkie.
Just a mommy altogether.
Okay. Please don't ever say that again.
Okay. Never use those words.
But for a dude, I think I want to be snuggled by Bob Hoskins.
Bob Hoskins.
Seems like he'd be comfy.
He would be.
And Billy Gerson says Samantha Mathis. Yes, her performance was terrible. That doesn't change the fact that she's hot. Only vote for her there. And I'm going with Daniela. I'm going.
Oh, you guys are all wrong.
Which you got your chance to say what you thought.
You guys are all stupid.
The old lady is hotter than Daniela.
Yes.
I'm sorry. That means she is going to win the Sherilyn Fenn Hot Babe Award.
And who wins the Rain Award?
No one cares.
Okay, that's fair.
There's 2
We just do it for posterity.
I think it was like
There's 3 Luigis and 3
there's-
Marios. So
so they both win. It's the Super
They're both
Mario
hot.
Brothers and Plum In's Arcade.
Hey. Put me together like an Oreo sandwich.
All right, guys, it's time to land this freaking plane. We get our chance. Here's our chance.
No,
to unburden.
Don't say plane when it comes to Twin Towers.
Unburden our soul of this movie, right? Whatever emotions you don't feel and release, you stuff, and they turn into difficult emotions down the road. So purge yourselves. Purge all those feelings.
Man.
So that you can be a healthy, happy person, okay? Vince Hines will kick us off here. Before my small rant, I want to give a Thomas to the look of the Koopa world. It looked gross to live in, and Yoshi looked like a dinosaur, so they did something right. After sleeping on this movie, it's just a bad movie, full stop. Hard to make a joke about it. This movie just had to follow the pattern of other video game movies and go as close to the source material as possible. We ended up with a copy my homework, but don't make it obvious situation where they truly just drop the ball, sadly. So the bad movie, straight up. Jenna, you have the floor.
I'm going to rant, okay?
Go, please.
Let it out. I said release all the emotion.
Okay. So I worked a 6-hour shift yesterday, okay? And then I came home to watch this movie. Okay. So I was already tired. I was always kind of like, well, yeah, whatever, wanting to just go to bed. But I watched this movie. And it made me want to gouge my eyes out. And it made me never want to watch or play Super Mario Brothers ever again. And this is probably the worst movie I've ever seen, actually. So
ever?
Yeah, because I mean, I'm not on this podcast as frequently as you guys. I don't really watch bad movies that often.
You've watched Twilight and Vigilante
Yeah,
Force.
but I rated those bad movies that rule.
Okay.
This one is like just terrible, and I just hate it so much.
The Fog.
This is worse.
I like that one too.
Yeah.
No, okay. Here, literally, you told me to get off my phone when we were watching it. That's how over it I was.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't usually do that. So.
Bad movie, full stop.
Bad movie. I hated it.
Mitch Wilkerson also gave a Thomas to the Dino Manhattan set. Looked great for post-apocalyptic. And it looks like he wanted to get... Who the hell thought Thunderdome and Mario
Dino
would mix?
Hatton, not Dino Hatton.
Whatever. Asking for so many rewrites. David L. Snyder, the set director, gets the award. Great set, horribly out of place. All right,
100%.
To his final rating. Bad movie that rules. Whoa, here we go. Over their head, last minute music video, husband and wife directors, 9 writers.
9 times.
Drunk lead actors, secret script doctors, directors refusing to put iconic characters in their iconic outfits, producers barring said directors from editing and reshoots. This movie never had a chance. Honestly, guys, it's a miracle it was done.
Yes.
Also, 100%. How many
100%.
times did they say the word plumbers?
I think you're mispronouncing that word. It's called a curse.
All that aside, 8-year-old me loved this when I saw it in theaters.
8 years old.
How? It had nothing to do with the game. And I've loved it ever since. 100% nostalgia, BMR all the way. This movie is what the show was made for.
He's the 30%.
Oof. All right. Hey, like what you like, Mitch. We always say
Yes.
that, man.
So all due respect,
Yeah.
and this isn't directed toward Mitch or anything, but I hated this movie more than any movie that you've made me watch for this show.
See, so I'm not the only one.
I turned this off last night at 10:15 because I started with the kids late.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to bed. I'm getting tired because this movie is so terrible. And I've watched some bad movies with my kids because kids' movies suck at butthole. Okay. I've watched some bad movies.
Yeah.
This movie, like turning it off, I was sitting awake and I was exhausted and I couldn't sleep because it's so bad that I was going, is this even a movie? Like, what are we watching? What is this? It's not, it's boring. Nothing. There's no point to this. The plot is, it's so bad. It's so dumb. I hate it. It's a bad movie. Full stop. Throw it in a toilet. If you thought Boyfriend School was bad and you guys gave it so much crap with a plaque, this movie should get a huge trophy. I watched Boyfriend School because I was so curious about how bad you said it was.
Yeah.
This movie is so much lower. That movie is better than this by a lot. I hate this movie.
Do you feel better? Did you release it all?
No, I'm holding back a little, but it's fine.
Okay. Anytime you want to just say the last part that's on your heart, you just bust in there.
I don't want to make this an X-rated
I got you.
podcast.
You can always put it on the uncut.
Yeah.
So
This movie.
there we go. There we go. Feel better?
Wow.
Okay, good.
Sorry, Jenna.
No, you're fine. Grant White comes in. Final rating, bad movie, full stop. The movie strays so far from the source material. It might as well have been better off as its own original IP. Between the directors fighting with everyone, the script constantly getting rewritten, and Dennis Hopper channeling whatever that was, it's a miracle this thing even got finished. Watching it feels like getting lost in a pipe maze, except instead of coins, you find regret.
That was good.
Oh, man. Thank you for allowing me once again to participate in the awards portion of your fantastic show. Thanks, man. I appreciate you, Grant. Appreciate you so much. Joe, your final thoughts on Super Mario Brothers.
We're using visual aids.
Taking the DVD out of the case.
He's
and
bending.
he
He's using his giant hands to crumple
in
it.
half.
He's going for a quarter.
You can only fold the DVD 8 times before the world implodes. Wow, that's
a broken DVD.
There it is, people.
James?
Yeah.
I've been on the show for a while.
Uh-huh.
And I love you. And I love you. And I love the show.
I love you too.
I hope you don't turn out like that.
I'm not gonna lie to you. You piss me off. I know it's not you. It's not you. I get it. But I started watching this and I was trying to shoehorn this into my weekend. And there's a moment where I stopped watching this and I was like, James and this show. Cause it ticked me off to the 10th degree. I had to come back today and finish this, and it was like it was like a taste in my mouth that I couldn't get out. All right, and it was hilarious when I walked in here and I had the DVD. You're like, oh yeah, you could have kept that. You know, I have a couple different copies. I'm like, no, I know, James. There's a reason why it's here, and you'll know later. Because I want to take this and shove this up somebody's ass. Okay?
Not mine.
This movie is such a piece of shit. I'm seriously, and I'm all seriousness. Mm-hmm. I am highly considering switching this out with Santa with muscles.
Whoa. That's bad.
I've seen Santa with muscles too, and this is worse.
I think this might be worse. This might be worse. I am so mad at this movie. I want to make it now. And full honesty, Santa with muscles is kind of like this like funny little thing that we do, and I like it, and it's entertaining, and I'm very it makes me very happy that we keep it up. Mm-hmm. But I've always said, there's one day there's going to be a movie that's going to surpass it.
Yeah,
and I guess the only thing I can say is the next time I'm on this show, and you ask me what my Steven Seagal trash can full of dirt award is. Yeah. At that moment, you guys are going to know whether this movie has surpassed Santa with Muscles.
Wow.
I love it.
Tune in.
That's how bad this piece of movie is.
So, bad movie, full stop?
No, it's a really good movie. I think it's a fantastic movie. I'm going to recommend it 10 out of 10. I think the critics and the audiences were completely wrong.
All right.
Cool.
Awesome, man. I love it, dude. And we got Derek Grant checking in.
Can you please just clarify? It is a bad movie.
It is a horrible movie.
Okay. Sorry, that was close.
Derek did give a Thomas out to the Yoshi animatronic. It's impressive.
I do want to do that as well.
For sure.
The set designs, yes.
It had over 200 feet of wiring in it.
Yeah, and it took 9 people to operate, he says here.
It's crazy.
He goes, listen, I know this movie gets insane hate, and I'm absolutely going to be in the minority here. But for me, this is absolutely a bad movie that rules. Like they took a bunch of risks. I like the ridiculous stories of how Bob and John were drunk on set all the time, making it. I like how stupid it is. The Bob-omb scene makes me laugh every time. I love this movie. It's bad, and I absolutely do not care. That's a Derek Grant bad movie that rules. He's the second one so far.
Okay, I will say this. This is the only silver lining to this whole movie. This movie failed so others can succeed. They learned so many lessons on what not to do.
That's true.
Because Nintendo did not put out any movies for the longest time. Everybody, all video game to movie adaptations was put on hold because of this movie. And if it wasn't for this movie, we wouldn't have stuff like
Avengers.
The Avengers.
Titanic.
No.
Sonic. Sonic's a really good video game adaptation.
Super Mario Bros. The new one.
The new one. Among Us.
Fortnite.
Last of Us.
Among Us.
Among Us, sorry.
Last of
Us. Thank you. Whatever.
I can't
What
wait for the
move?
Among Us
What a
movie.
gum Among
Borderlands.
Us
Swear to
movie.
God.
The
Among Us
movie.
sauce.
Don't.
Among Us sauce.
I'm not in the mood for this.
The Among Us movie's gonna be so fire.
Among Us sauce. He literally just vented.
it off.
He vented.
Knock it off, both of you.
That's so sus, bro.
That's really sus. Can I just add something too?
Yes,
You
No, you can't. No, please.
you gave me the option of movies for me to be a part of, and I picked Super Mario.
Break this thing.
She did pick Mario.
because of me watching that TV show growing up and like loving the episodes on that, and I wish I could go back in time, not warn people about
Yeah.
9/11, but warn them, warn me about this
Don't
movie.
do it.
So
Tell
Flash.
myself, pick
Coming
another
in, don't
movie.
do it.
Pick another movie. Don't watch this. Save yourself, because actually,
All right.
what you're saying is, like the movie, you made every wrong decision leading up to
Yes.
this
That's right.
point.
There
Yes.
we go. Well, before we get to mine, I'm going to say what Billy Gerson had to say here. And he said, as a kid, Bill, I love this movie and I would defend it as being objectively good, saying that it's being unfaithful to the source material was due to there not being much of a story to the Mario games at the time. Now, as I've grown up, I cannot deny that this movie is in no way objectively good.
Thank you.
It's an utter mess that went through so many rewrites and changes of directors. Was a miserable experience for everyone on set. People were drunk. Most of the performances are terrible, and the plot goes in bizarre directions. It makes it hard to tell what audience this movie was intended for. After saying all that, I'm sure it sounds like I hate this movie now. Nope.
Oh,
It just makes it the baddest of bad movies that rules. 3 of the patrons went, unless maybe 4 of them did, I think. I will watch it again multiple times, like I said. I would, like I said I would do during the awards for Immortals. Boy, did I not expect that declaration to come back around so quickly. The only thing that keeps rattling around in my brain as I try to release this off of my conscience now so I can move on with my life is really just a dumbfoundedness of trying to come to some level of understanding, like, how the hell did this happen? How do you sit there and go, let's make a Mario movie? No Peach. Should we have, like, the whole game is about Mario trying to find Peach. Every game was about Mario trying to find Peach. That is an insane thing to take out of this movie. Bowser is the next insane, but nothing's worse than taking Peach out of it. How do you not have Peach and Mario at the center of the Mario Brothers movie? That's one decision out of 1,000 more that were wrong. As I've already said, I don't need to belabor the point. But that's the first one you make when you lick your pen and pull out the first blank sheet of paper. That's the first terrible decision, and it only got worse from there. This movie sucks. It makes me angry to watch it. It's not even bad in an enjoyable way.
no.
I will say this. I think this movie sucks and is terrible because it has the name Super Mario Brothers on it. Someone in a watch party on Discord last night, we were watching something else, made this, and I wish I knew who it was, made this genius comment that said, this is a better movie if it's not called Super Mario Brothers. It actually might even be a fun and good movie if it's like Bob's Adventures in Dino Land or whatever.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
Holy.
Right?
Don't stick to the source material.
yes,
That's why
right?
people are mad, as there's no source material at all.
Right.
No nostalgia, nothing.
Because they did take some big creative swings and try to do some cool things. All the problems stem from that movie on the box, or that name on the box of the movie, and that alone, it's terrible. I think it's as bad. I lump this in with all the movies we've covered. The only ones I wouldn't put above this are Rubber, Slapstick of Another Kind,
Yeah.
and maybe Laser Blast, and that's it. It's better, or it's worse than every other movie we've covered.
I would watch Rubber over this.
Wow. So you've got it under Rubber.
And I hated Rubber.
I would never watch that. I'd go back and forth between Rubber and Slapstick for the worst one.
I think the concept of Rubber is just funny to me.
Well, it is. That's what makes it so obnoxious that it wasn't delivered upon. But less about that. I've already purged that from my soul. Bad movie, full stop. I hate it.
Yes.
I hate it. And I'm sorry to everybody out there that loves it. If you love it, I like weird movies. Like, go for it. The people that said it ruled, put it in your DVD player and watch it again.
I don't care.
I never will. Never.
I don't care about anybody else's opinions on
Yeah.
this.
What they shouldn't do is tell other people to watch it.
Please do not.
Don't
Yeah.
Yes.
spread the
Please.
fungus. Don't
Yes, don't spread the fungus among us.
Keep your own fungus.
fungus
to
among
yourself.
us.
And we're watching by all accounts, next week we're watching just an insane movie. And I'm still almost with 100% degree of certainty could tell you it's going to be better than what we just watched.
What's next week?
Hell Comes to Frogtown.
Oh my god.
Frogtown?
Yes.
Frogtown.
It's literally about a guy who the frogs want his human sperm to make babies with the adult. It's an insane, ridiculous.
Talk about Jurassic Park, huh?
I'm going to watch that movie with
It
you.
stars a professional wrestler and the girl from Conan, and it's just crazy. And I guarantee you it's going to be better than this.
It has to be. There's no way.
There's no way it's not. No way it's not.
I'm so drained
Yeah.
from watching this movie.
So,
My soul.
well,
I feel like
good news is
relieved.
you got about a 10-minute post show you got to stick around for, but after that we'll be done.
No, it's all good.
And if you want to catch the post show, head over to patreon.com.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're going to record for another 10 minutes, play a game.
Joe is actually going to be showing his butthole on the Patreon. So if you subscribe now,
What? You weren't supposed to tell anybody about that. That was a secret.
This movie broke his brain. Okay. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Matt.
onlybighands.com.
Thank you, Jenna.
People just unsubscribe from the Patreon.
100%. Cancellations by the second. We'll catch you guys on the next one.
Gabagool.
I waxed and everything.
Gabagool.
Hey, the gabagool. I will say though, I enjoyed ripping this thing apart with you guys.
Oh, that was fun.
yeah, this
Yeah.
is fun.
Only thing that made it worth.
This made me feel a lot better about
Yeah,
the
yeah.
process.
This was an unhinged episode. It was a lot of fun in the room. I don't know if that means it's going to turn into a good episode.
Probably not.
But it was a blast in here.
I'm sorry I talked about Joe's butthole twice.
This felt like one of those interventions
Thanks.
where we all got to sit around and talk about the person who's,
Group therapy session.
therapy, this-
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think this is where my trauma started.
Let's talk
watching
about that.
this movie.
It's my villain origin story right here.
Yes.
I'm going to go on a tear.
Oh my God.
can't
Put
get
your
my
belt
belt.
back on.
People are going to think I'm burnt out. Well, this little addendum to the episode I'm putting in here because one of our patrons just got their award sent in right after we recorded, but I still wanted to make sure they got their shot to be heard. So this is Timothy Bryant's awards for Super Mario Brothers, and he probably would have broke some of these ties had he gotten them in just a couple hours earlier. But we're going to still, for posterity's sake, get these on the record so they still count, okay? So for his Arnold spot, Timothy Bryant, a.k.a. Shoe Boogie, said, have him replace Iggy and Spike after they come out evolved in the machine. Not only would Arnold properly represent the peak of evolution, that's true, we would get to hear him say, Ignatius, do you know what the square root of 36,481 is? And then he could yell, oppressor of the problem. That's not even how to pronounce that word, bro. That's not a terrible idea. For his Will Patton, Tim says, I was disappointed we didn't get much of anything out of Dennis Hopper in this. I almost gave this to Fisher Stevens, but I'm going with Bob Hoskins. See, this would have broke that tie. Joe wouldn't have had to do it. Despite being hammered out of his gourd, I feel like he really gave the studio their money's worth. I doubt he ever played a Mario game, but he was dialed into whatever it was the director wanted out of this character. So look, I was surprised, honestly, how much Bob Hoskins got voted on this one. For his trash can, he says, wow, there are more candidates here than there are tattoos at a strip club. The no-sell nun that just nodded in reaction to human baby being hatched from a dinosaur egg would win in most movies. Yep, she was just like, okay, interesting. John Leguizamo was abysmal, though. He was so bad that I can't believe I'm not throwing him in the can. But at least he has the excuse that he was buttered like a basket at... Wait. At least he has the excuse that he was buttered like a basket of Texas Roadhouse rolls. So I got to go with Samantha Mathis. Yeah, that was who won. My God, she was terrible. You once said of a certain leper colony nurse in an unnamed African country that if 2 people had tried out for the part, she wouldn't have got it. That tracks here too. All right, well, he's right in line with most people on that one too, it seems. And for his Bixby Snyder One Scene Wonder Award, he says, there weren't many options here, but unless I can give it specifically to the elevator Goombas, I'm going with Lance Hendrickson. His agent must have caught wind that there was an 80s, 90s steampunk sci-fi movie he wasn't cast in, so the agent called him a cab and got him there for one scene. Yeah, it remains the weirdest casting, maybe in any movie we've ever done. Tim also gives out a Thomas Award. He said, I love the sets, most of the costumes, and they used a lot of cool practical effects. It wasn't right for a Mario movie, but it was cool. I totally agree there, Tim. And for his final verdict, I was a first-time watcher of this. I knew the stories about drunk driving the plumber van and the injury, and based on what I'd always heard, I expected it to be a total mess, but I loved the Goombas. I don't care if people make fun of them. I cracked up multiple times with their stupid behavior and dancing, especially the elevator hijinks. And the Koopa Town set was cool. It reminded me of the scuzzy part of town in Total Recall. The cars they built were really cool, and so was the bumper car cable powering system for them. This is a bad movie that absolutely rules. Wow. All right, Tim. Well, glad we were able to get these on here. For anyone that stuck around, a little bonus treat for you from Shoe Boogie. Thanks, guys.